Hello, everybody. How's it going? How's it going? Hika! Thank you so much for the 10 gifted subs. Thank you, thank you. Hello. Hello, hello. It's been a while since we haven't just chatted, so I thought we'd just do, a stream where we can catch up and just kind of leave the schedule of the stream kind of open to whatever, and like for future streams like that, if there's like, I don't know, something that happened, like a community event, I'll probably just use this thumbnail. Oh, Chadra speaks French. Bonsoir, comment vas-tu? I'm doing well, Chadra. Thank you so much. Yeah, the whole gang is here. Thanks, guys. And if you have a chance, make sure to open up Kick Streaming as well. It's actually working pretty well. I got like $90 in Monopoly money for the last month from Kick. I was like, wow. That's pretty good. It's not like I have a lot of people watching there. Found your videos on YouTube interesting, went straight here to sub. No way! Thank you so much for the Twitch sub, Tokuga. Thank you, thank you. Yeah, if you guys have your Twitch Primes available, and you don't want to use it on somebody else, make sure to use it. It's a free $2.50 for me. Yeah. So, what you guys been up to? Oh yeah, I took out Juan today, but I'm not sure if he's been working. Last Enza, it's been a while. Oh, you're French. No way. That's so cute. Baguette. So, oh my god, last stanza with the 50. Dude, it's been so long since we haven't heard that song. Let's go. Thank you, last stanza. You know what I was thinking about? I was like, we haven't used the feet asset enough. Because I need to do more ZATSU streams. Wait, where is it? Like asset. Is it gonna work? No, it's not working. I'm not on the right model. I have duplicates of my model, and some of my toggles are with the other model. The viewership video was well worth the wait. Great job. Oh my god, thank you so much, Master N. It's my worst performing video. It's literally my worst performing video so far. But I think it was a necessary video anyway. Like, it's a video that had to be on my channel. Even for future users to watch. If in 5 years from now somebody wants to know what happened with VShojo, how they collapsed, at least they can refer to that video. Yo, we're being flooded with subs. Thank you so much, Lastenza! You know, I don't want to, like, it's 100% YouTube fault. Yeah, dude, Moist Critical made a video on that, actually, and I was curious to watch it. It's like a 9-minute video. Yeah, the YouTube views are fucked. They're fucked. I've been like kind of tweaking about it, but then I was just like, there's nothing I can do about it, so I just gotta like not worry about this too much, you know what I mean? But I've been worried when looking at how much money I've been making and seeing that it's been basically axed in half. And I was wondering if I was doing something wrong. Now I understand that it wasn't my problem. Sends 5. Oh my god, Ice Daddy with the 5 gifted. Thank you so much. Lord Umbra received 1. Let's go. Let's go. Thank you so much. After the Josh vid, we understand. Well, we can watch the Moist Critical video. I think he's going over the Josh vid. I've tweeted about it a little bit, but basically the way YouTube is counting views has changed, and it seems like they're not counting from August 10th. They've rolled an update. Well, we thought that YouTube rolled an update, but actually it's worse. It might be on the ad blocker side now. And the way they're counting ad block views is different. So now we don't know, because you guys know how a video, the way it works with YouTube algorithm is my video will be shown to my subscribers, then my subscribers will, if they click on it, it'll be shown to other people, and if those people click on it, it'll be shown to bigger and bigger and bigger audience, and it keeps going up. But the opposite happens too, where if I show my videos to my subscribers and nobody clicks on it, then they stop showing it. And then it kills its reach. So now we don't even know if the views from Adblock that aren't being counted properly by YouTube are even counting as like an algo view, and if that's killing the reach of our video or not. We don't know. And on top of that, it's also less views on your video, so the sponsors will pay less. At the end of the day, if everybody's views are lower, then the industry will adjust itself. Like the sponsors will probably end up adjusting their rates too. But there's going to be a transitioning period where everybody's going to lose money. And it's already been a pretty bad like quarter for content creation. I've talked about it before, but the tariffs are really affecting a lot of online games. And even though you'd be like, how? Tariffs are on physical items. Well, it's just that everybody's making less money because they sell physical product. So then that means less money to be put in marketing, thus less money to be put in content creation. There's some sponsors that we've had like every single season that aren't renewing lately, so it sucks. Another thing is there's been another Josh video on the topic of the YouTube ad block thing. I can't remember exactly what it was, but I found also a Twitter thread where somebody was talking about it. And then this YouTube person responded to the thread. And they said that YouTube hasn't made any change on how desktop views are getting like counted. Basically what they were saying, it's a change from the ad blocker side. So basically he's implying that it's the ad blockers that change rather than YouTube, which is somehow worse, because if it was YouTube and enough people complained, then there might have been a chance they reversed the changes. But if it's from the ad block side, then that's Dover. Like that's not going to change. And you can't really ask people not to use an ad block, right? Because everybody uses an ad block. Even I use an ad block, so I'm not going to ask people not to use an ad block because that's just a shitty thing to do. So yeah, when I learned that, I was like, somehow that makes it worse. It's the ad traffic not triggering the view count. Yeah, Master Ann, thank you so much for the resub. Thank you. I appreciate it. You don't use ad block? I've been on and off with ad blocks. I use YouTube Premium because, dude, just the fact that you don't need, that your video keeps playing while you're closing the tab on iPhone is so worth it. I love that feature, and I like listening to music while I'm jogging. So for me, it's worth it to use YouTube Premium. And on top of that, on top of all of the long form views tweaks that they've done, there's also a clip by Sheena. Did we watch that on stream? Where basically she says that everybody's views from Face Connect, like live viewers, have been axed by 50%, 50 to 40%. And I've noticed the same thing happening with my stats, like on bigger streams. And that, there's different theories. Oh, we haven't watched that one on stream? Well, I basically just paraphrased it for you guys. We don't need to watch it, actually. I gave you guys a summary. That's what it is. She says that everybody across the board on Face Connect has seen a 50 to 40% decrease in live viewerships. Isn't that, like, disheartening? So, I watch VODs while walking with my phone in my pocket. It was same, Tank. Or like, I'll watch VODs while like chatting with people on Discord and stuff. Yeah, Rodrigo. There's something, it's either the ID verification that they're, you know, rolling in. So a lot of people are maybe not... so maybe they're not counting, I don't know, the people that aren't logged in. I don't know. But also, I saw a clip from Doki Bird, and she has a different theory from her manager, because there's nothing confirmed. So everybody's kind of just like ratting, and everybody thinks that they have the solution, but we don't actually know what's causing this. Doki Bird, on the other hand, and her manager, they believe that YouTube has changed the way they count active viewers. So if you're not typing in chat and you're not like liking the stream or something, then you're not filling out the criteria for an active viewers, and then you're not being counted. But isn't that stupid? Like, lurker counts too. So yeah. And Twitch is also, yeah, and Twitch is also having its own issues. So there's been a lot of uncertainty. Now I understand how people feel, like how these people that are freaking out about AI taking their jobs feel. Because I'm like, shit. I had finally started, like just, I think 2 weeks ago, I finally made like a long-term plans, because I've never had savings before. And I was like, you know, Rima, I think it's time to like start adulting and start like taking responsibilities. So, you know, I made a plan to have savings and stuff, like a long-term thing. And now I'm like, maybe that's all going out the window, you know? Or maybe I'm just freaking out for no reason. Wait, you got laid off, Kimchi? Are you for real or you're joking? Finally? What do you mean finally? She will look at her bank account now. Through lidded eyes. It's not about lurkers, it's about people with ad blockers not being counted. That's two different things. I'm talking the people with ad blockers not being counted. That's for long form viewers, videos. We don't know if it's actually affecting live viewers. It's hard to know. The YouTube algorithm is a secret. Did you hear that Twitch CEO is being called to testify at Congress? No fucking way. For what? Really? Is this true? At least her stocks are up. Oh my god, should I check? I haven't checked that app in so long. It like went on the cloud. Oh my god, I'm literally down $2,000. Why did I check? Yeah, no. Yeah, the Cover Corp stocks are ass. Is this a real number? That can't be true. No. No, that's the number of the stock. I'm dumb. That's the number of the stock. Wait. I don't actually know. No, I'm down to... Wait, it says unrealized minus 1,900. Who made me look at this? No, it is... No, it's... No. That's the actual how much I'm down. Yeah, I'm not selling right now. I should have invested in any color, my bad. I invested in my emotions. That was my problem. My friend Savvy was hacked, and the crook is using her Twitter and Discord to hack more accounts with malicious links. Don't fall for the scam. Yeah, thank you for that. Rosie got hacked too from Savvy. And that hacker account, the Rosie account, it keeps pinging me. Like yesterday, it pinged me 6 times. I'm like, yo, fuck off. Yeah, we're all broke together. I am Sabakani member, and she, for example, used to have double the concurrent viewers, but I just thought it was the people getting busy. Yeah, because people are going back to school. It could be cyclical too. It could be a combination of different things, but if Saba is getting like 40% less viewers, that's a lot. Talking about Saba, I really want to make a video on Saba. I just don't know what to do yet. They pinged you too? On a community member as well? Why don't you block it? Because what if Rosie gets back her account? I don't want her to be blocked. Having saving is harder than you might think, though. On one hand, it's important to have money saved in case you need it. On the other hand, big booba anime woman. I know, that's exactly what I'm saying, Monkey. Thank you for the 10 euros. Yeah, okay, wait, but these super chats should have made Juan talk. I feel like there's something that I used to do to make him work, and it's not working. Link to the YouTube stream or the unique ID. Also, it's working.
Having savings is harder than you might think, though.
Yeah.
On one hand, it's important to have money saved in case you need it, but on the other hand, big booba anime women.
I know. The big booba anime women is actually like... I just unmuted him, yeah. Juan raises a good point here. Big booba anime women. Yeah, he's back. He's back. We fixed him. Yeah. The other thing that's like, I guess I am coming out not of a, I mean, I think I had like a period where I was like, you know, questioning myself a little bit like the last 2 months, but now I think I'm back on the grind full time. I kind of felt like I was becoming one of those people that are like, that I laugh at usually, that are like terminally online. I feel like I was becoming like more cynical about things because we are more cynical online. And also I was wondering if I was like, you know, well, I live in Canada, so we don't have like nice weather very often. We only have it like 3 months a year. And I feel really happy when I'm outside for some reason. Like it really affects my mood. So, and I do a lot of jogging and that's only done outside. So I like spent a lot of time just working out this summer. And, you know, catching up with some old friends. And it was fun. But I forgot how many friends I had. I have a lot of them, and it's like seeing one of them at a time. It's and then seeing your family on top of that, I'm like, okay, that's I feel like I'm doing a rotation, but the rotation never ends. So now I'm like, okay, I'm starting to have less fun, and I think I'm just back to being inside like 24/7 for the near future. Maybe we have like I don't know, 20 days of...
Note, don't tell Rima what episode 1 last chat.
Oh yes, the Star Wars episode. Dude, I've watched the Star Wars movies like at least 7 times. Worry perhaps, not cynical emo. I know I have a lot of cynical people in my fan base. The fishiest career, Sameko Saba. The weather has been so nice. My favorite episode... Which one's my favorite episode? Are you guys gonna watch the spin-offs after, like Rogue One and stuff? Because Rogue One was good. So are you guys watching them like in order? So you started with the bad movies and then you're gonna end with the good ones? I think the Empire Strikes Back maybe is my favorite. No, I meant you're watching the one with fuck. You're watching the recent one first and you're ending with the old ones. Or do I have them like upside down right now? You're starting with the Phantom Menace? Jar Jar Binks was kind of annoying. Oh, you're not watching the new trilogy. Episode 1 is the Phantom Menace. But I do like Ewan McGregor in those movies. I think he was great. Hey, Midnight Rider, thank you. 1, 2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6 was the plan.
2, 3, Rogue One, 4, 5, 6 was the plan.
Okay. Oh. Star Wars movies. Oh, wait. What happened with that TV show about Star Wars? Like Antwerp or something? Antwerp? I don't remember the name. Andor. I feel like that was good, and then they never released anything else for that. Oh, season 2 came out? It did, but it fell down. Yeah, I feel like there was a 5-year gap.
How are you today? Guión bajo Rimalove, guión bajo love.
Thank you, Pop Tart King, for the 12 months. I'm doing great. True. Disney was like, nah, people are liking it. Stop making it right now. Mandalorian was good. Yes, I liked it. I love, my favorite part is what was when the show ended and there was that little song that played with the artworks. I thought the artworks looked really cool. Acolyte kind of killed everyone. Oh, that show did not seem good. I didn't check it back, but I didn't check it. I didn't give it a try, but it didn't seem good. Okay, actually, I think my favorite might be The Empire Strikes Back. Will you watch the Ewok movies? I didn't even know they were gonna do that. Dude, did the Dune spin-off show they do? I'm afraid to look at the reviews. Should I look? They made a show on the Bene Gesserits and I've never even watched it. It's called Dune Prophecy. Oh, the ratings aren't so bad. It's like 70%, but the audience 64% on Rotten Tomato.
Gonna leave this here since I'm streaming in a bit. Anime tourists would have lost it if High School DxD and Rosario Vampire came out today, lol.
Wait, Rosario Vampire came out today? What is Rosario Vampire? Remember, used to watch more old movies and play more old games. I watch really old movies. I watch like movies that are in black and white. I think Gone with the Wind was a masterpiece. It's an ecchi anime with action. You know that they've made like a not safe for work manhwa or manga, I can't remember, on like My Girlfriend is a VTuber. Oh yeah, I've seen it, Titanic. That's a classic. I've caught up with a lot of animes lately. I'm kind of proud of myself. I've been like, oh, good night, goodbye, Rena. I've been making an effort because I felt like I fell a little behind. But I've watched Sakamoto Days. I'm caught up with that. I am like at episode 9 on JoJo. I've watched Hell's Paradise. I've watched, well, I'm caught up with One Piece. What else did I watch? What's the thing I watched before JoJo? I forgot. My last bowl. Oh yeah, Dan to Dan. Dude, Dan to Dan was crazy good. Yeah, Seven Samurai was really good. I don't think I watched Ben-Hur, but one movie that's been on my watch list forever, and I still haven't watched it, is like the Prince of... Is it the Prince of Arabia? Oh god, it gave me the actual Prince of Arabia when I googled it. Yeah, the Lawrence of Arabia. I haven't watched this one. That's a 1962 movie. It's probably like 3 hours long. Did you guys watch it? Is it good? Biggest girlfriend red flag is if she's a VTuber. Oh yeah, it's a 3 hour 46 movie. Dude, they're always 3 hours long, these movies. They're always 3 hours long. But usually they're good. 12 Angry Men is a classic. Yeah, everybody should watch it at least once. I like that they have the intermission, because people used to watch these at the theater. It's like your pee break. Yeah, I'll watch it when I have like 4 hours to spare. You should watch 1996 Hamlet. Dude! It's been on my list. I fucking love Shakespeare. And I'm like not so familiar with Hamlet. But I love like Gothic tales. And I've seen that was like one of the only Hamlets with good ratings. So I was like, it was on my list. Oh, it's with Kate Winslet. Interesting. Lawrence of Arabia is one of the best films ever. Really? It's 4 hour long. It's probably good then. Snyder Cut is 4 hour long and it's not good? For which one? For Hamlet? '90s Romeo and Juliet is really, really good. I love it. I love it. There's some parts in it that were really, really iconic. And they're all wearing like these Hawaiian shirts, like Sanji. Yeah, Justice League. That one wasn't that good. Although it was like kind of dark and gritty. That's the only part I liked. I don't remember anything else. I think there was a grape scene or like a, I don't know, reference to abuse or something. I was like, really? This happened in Justice League? You know, there was a time where I was really into superhero movies. Like, really? And now I think they're just like slop. La Senza, welcome back! It's better than a theatrical, really? Oh, it's a mini-series? I haven't seen it. Sir Lawrence Olivier version of Hamlet is great. What is... Oh, it's the guy in the movie? Yes, Denza. Yeah, after Endgame, they've been kind of garbage, I agree. Yeah, I feel... Well, it's been hard to find, like, good writing in movies lately, which is why going back to anime has been, like, a really refreshing experience. There's just, like, new plots, new, you know, new characters, interactions that I like, tropes that are original. Oh, yeah, Deadpool and Wolverine I haven't seen. Outfit designer, outfit rig. We're at outfit design right now, Lessons. Oh my god. Yeah, so I'm thinking, I'm trying to... Oh, maybe I could show you. I don't know. I started to put together some inspirations for my, like, VTuber design. For my next, like, VTuber outfit. Because I feel like we're kind of due. But I can't make up my mind about what I want. I want something simple, but I'm not a simple girl. Like, I'm not... I like complex stuff or like really detailed stuff, so it's been really difficult. And I kind of want to show you guys my ideas, but on this other hand, I also want it to be a surprise, so maybe I'll just let it be a surprise instead. We're watching K-pop Demon Hunter tomorrow. You can get me funds for one of them? That's crazy, Last Stanza. We are at the design right now, because I haven't booked my rigger yet. No, because I think I want like a... Okay, fuck it. I'll show you. I just dumped a bunch of pictures that I liked in a document. And I guess I can show you guys what I put together. But it's all like, it's nothing... really nothing organized so far. But I want like a hoodie. Just gonna put my tail down. I want a hoodie with like a pony head on it. It doesn't have to look mean like that. I just want something like more casual. Yeah, not candy pop necessarily. Don't worry about the colors, although there's going to be some purple. It's probably going to be in my color scheme. Just like a hoodie with animal ears, basically. You know, something like that, I guess. But, and then I gotta decide what I want under it. I like this one too, with like some patchwork and stuff. But horsey themed. Yeah, basically a Juan hoodie. Yeah, an oversized hoodie. I just feel like this outfit for my long-form videos is a bit revealing sometimes. Thank you, Dallas's AFK, for the 100 bits. Howdy, horse lady. Hope you're well. I'm doing very well. And then I'm like, I love the goth outfits, but it doesn't fit. I love the long sleeves. But again, maybe for another outfit. Because I don't know. Maybe we can have long sleeves with this. I don't know. I'm just dumping a bunch of ideas. I'm trying to see what I like. Like, see, Gigi has an animal-themed hoodie. Oh, you know what? That's a clever idea to have a hole there for my little thingy. Because I want to change my my ahegao or whatever it's called. I want to make it bigger. Indian VTC in that drama is insane. Is it a big agency? If it's not big, then I don't know. We'll see. Ahoge. Oh, Ahoge. Okay. Ahoge, not the other one? You know that artist? No way. Okay, and yeah, so I'm hesitating between some tech wear or some like varsity wear under the hoodie or like a goth sailor outfit. I do like I feel like this is my color palette too. And we could have like badges and stuff. Little team badges or little details that fit with our design. This is too lewd, but it's another kind of hoodie. This is cute. Bridget spotted? Where? Who's Bridget? I love the goth sailor outfit, but I was like, is this like so unoriginal for me to have a sailor outfit? You know what I mean? I know the street gang vibe could be cool too.
You have a oje, uare dangan protag. 2x2 apóstrofe es el unisien.
2x2? Wait, who's the femboy? Him? Guilty Gear. I don't know who it is. Yeah, the goth sailor outfit is cute, right? I also love this, like the sleepwear stuff. Or even have like an uneven like button shirt, but it's not... That's like for like your 4 for 5 outfit. It's not like your second outfit because it's too niche. Are there mods in this chat? Yes, what's going on? See, she has a hoodie that's off the shoulder. I love her new outfit. But see, Laplas has kind of a goth sailor thing too. And it can't be too similar. I mean, it needs to be our own. It would be different though. This kind of looks like Bonnie. I also like these little sailor hats like this. Like the one that are like sitting at the back of your head. Like a little beret. I think that's super cute. Are you a Danganronpa fan? No, I don't even know what that is. I think this is such a cool hoodie too. But we would have the same problem because it's cropped that we have right now. I don't really talk to Leah. You got a beret? Oh yeah. I should have... Yeah, I think I'm gonna have like hair clip. You mean hair clips? Oh, or do you think the crown should be on the beret? Sukajan jacket design is the best. Wait, is that Sukajan? Oh, it's a murder mystery series where every protagonist has an ahoge hair. Cute. So anyway, I think I'll sleep on this. But yeah, this is toughest Pokemon Scalper ever. Dude, I get clickbaited so hard by most critical videos. Now I want to watch them. True, the crown could poke a hole through the hat or something silly. Yeah, that's such a good idea. Suka-chan is the embroidered jackets they sell in Japan. Oh, you're going there soon, Azehara, aren't you? Dude, I want to go back to Japan so bad. I don't have enough money for it though. And I need to work. My day's going well. Do you guys know that in Sakamoto Day there's a character that said that he would rather watch VTubers on his phone all day? I thought that was so based of him. I'd like to go to Japan, but ocean is scary. Yeah, but when you think about it, there's like less chances of you like dying in an airplane crash than a car crash or just walking outside, honestly. And it passed by pretty fast. The trip. I thought it'd be way worse. Oh yeah, we should watch that anime tourist video. I saw that Hero High made a video on the fact that people were mad at Joey for this video. The tourists were mad at Joey for this video, basically. Yeah, I don't mind. Well, I guess I don't know what this video is exactly gonna be about. There are some times where I'm like, I want anime to be more popular because in places like where I live, anime is really not popular. And it sucks because I feel like there's no one for me to talk about my hobbies with. There's no hangout place for like anime fans. And the cons are like pretty small. But on the other hand, it also brings in a bunch of like yucky people. So that's the trade-off. I feel like California has probably a big anime scene because all the content creators are in California. I feel like anime is not that popular in Canada, no. I think Canadians are too European. At least in Quebec, I think they're too European-minded to like anime.
Fine. I'll talk about this. God damn it. So, normally
Yeah, like Canadians are into sport. They're into going outside, you know, hanging out in cafes, gym, boring stuff like hiking and shit. Like they're not into that culture. That's, as a Canadian, that's more of a Quebec thing. Dude, Vancouver, well, it depends where you live, but Vancouver is only like sports. I know French people love anime. They're the second biggest like importers of anime and manga, which is pretty cool. Pretty based at them. Yeah, the whole discussion on anime tourists is stressful and kind of like blackpilling in a way. Yeah, French. Say it was as if it's a slur.
wouldn't make this kind of video, but I guess it's been blowing up in my mentions recently, so I figured...
Oh, my Twitch stream is under peak. Thank you for letting me know. Okay, it's fixed. Thank you. Toronto, here we have a big anime scene. Nice. Nice. Like, okay, I've seen maybe 2 people in the past week with like a One Piece merch, so there's that. They were pretty young though. I like walked around with like a One Piece shirt and no one even recognized it for like 2 days. I was like, really? Okay. That's it, I guess. Yeah, I agree, Captain Coconut. They're so good at animation, oh my god, but they take so long.
Alright, fine. I'll talk about this. God damn it. So, normally I wouldn't make this kind of video, but I guess it's been blowing up in my mentions recently, so I figured...
Yeah, basically no anime scene here. I live in Finland, like 2 cons a year and weird people in them. Yeah, that's how I imagine cons, it's like small cons to be.
I would maybe give my 2 cents on the matter, even though there has already been a ton of people who have made their own interpretations on the whole thing, but as the title suggests, let's talk about tourists. And no, I don't mean tourists in the traditional sense of, you know, people you see out and about exploring a country or anything like that. I mean tourists in the digital footprint sense, or more specifically in the subculture sense. You know, people who are just visiting and checking it out, you know, looking at it from the surface and maybe getting a different perspective on it than people who actually live or are a part of said
Tourist
location. And the same thing can definitely be said for subcultures. And today we're going to be talking about the tourists of one particular subculture that I happen to have been a part of for quite a while now. Anime. I think it's really nobody's surprised that...
Dude, like, the thing is, it's so cool that he lives in Japan, and I have a feeling that eventually I feel like I've gotta move there because I just love everything that they have. But then I'm like, but their defamation laws suck and I could never be a YouTuber there.
Especially over, I would say, the past 5 years or so, basically ever since COVID happened and everyone was forced to stay inside, and a lot of people over COVID very much got into anime when maybe beforehand they didn't even have a split thought about it. And it was
I'm trying to convince my dad to watch Sakamoto Days because I feel like he loves this kind of plots. Like, I'm trying to get as many people as I can into anime, but no one wants to.
due to those extreme circumstances that we were all put into all over the world, that a lot of people who previously didn't give a rat's ass about anime or Japanese animation of any sorts came out the other end being anime fans, or at least self-proclaimed anime fans. These, ladies and gentlemen, are what we call anime tourists. Or I guess that's what the internet decided to call them, because I only just found out about this term.
I agree. COVID messed everything up, not just VTubers and anime tourists. And I was thinking about that yesterday. I wonder, you know how like every time there's been like kind of a traumatic event, like people have gone through an era after that event where there's been a big change, like you know, after the prohibition there was like I was gonna say the swinging 60s, I thought it, you know, the 1920s, and everybody was the flappers and everybody was like partying and stuff. Or after the war in like the 1940s, then there was the swinging 60s and all of that. So I'm wondering if there's going to be like a wave of counter something that's gonna happen. But I feel like it should have happened already. Oh yeah, the roaring 20s, that's what it was called. Thank you.
Maybe like 2 weeks ago, and it's fucking hilarious. And especially over the COVID pandemic, and especially with the blow up of things like TikTok and short form media, there has definitely been no ending of this surge of anime tourists who are invading our sanctity and our sanctuous place. And you know, there is one particular video which I'm not going to give any attention to, and I'm not going to mention names because I've already used it in the thumbnail, and I'm sure most people are already...
Me too, Ellie. I love the walking centric urban. Well, I like that Japan was walking centric. I'm somewhat guilty of this, although I was a manga reader back in the day, but I'm not just getting into anime itself. That's not the same. He's gonna talk about the people that are just like stopping by and trying to change the medium or having no respect for the medium, which you probably don't do because you're there and you used to read manga. I also used to read mangas more than I watched.
Already aware of the situation. If you care to know what it is, then I'm sure somebody, or at least 20-something people in the comments have mentioned their names. But a particular video was, sent to me. Not just, people who watch my stuff, but also personal friends of mine who are like, Joey, you're gonna have to see this video. And it was essentially
I haven't seen this
very
video.
much a me-coded video. This is a video that you would have seen maybe on my main channel like 5-10 years ago or something like that, where it's essentially a video of a bunch of anime fans, at least self-proclaimed anime fans, who go and rank every single first episode of every popular anime from every single year. When I saw that video, I was like, damn, that's kind of a cool idea. I kind of wish I made that video back in the day, or maybe I can still make it today.
I wonder if you
guys
have
want.
got
So I
what
was
Furima?
curious,
Thinking
No, I-
face.
I haven't seen Wakfu. Wait, Akidiras reacted to me? No fucking way. Yeah, I'll watch that.
Because it's not often that we get to see anime fans, or at least anime content creators in this platform, talk about the medium from that big of a spectrum. Most people are usually very quick to talking about the hot shows that are currently trending right now, or maybe shows that they grew up with, maybe from like the 2010s or the 2000s or the 90s or stuff like that.
What are the hot shows happening right now? It's like One Piece, I think Demon Slayer is also airing. Sakamoto Days are airing on Netflix. And Gachiakura. And what else? Oh, Kaiju number 8 is also airing right now, I think. Or maybe it's finished? I'm
But
not
it's
sure.
very rare that we actually get to see people going through the entire lifetime of anime, at least in the popularity sense, or the popular sense of televised anime from, the 1960s or whatever. I've done a couple of videos like that in the past, as you guys have hopefully watched and liked. And,
Is that JoJo?
Although I didn't grow up with the older stuff, I try to understand the significance and the history behind it, because the medium itself would be nothing without these giants whose shoulders
Dress Up
all of
Darling?
these other shows have stood on. But man, this video, this fucking video, it was not up to the standard that I was hoping for. Look, this isn't supposed to be some kind of like drama video, obviously. I don't give a fuck about that kind of stuff, but I just find it really amusing as to just the visceral reaction that the online anime community had towards this video. Like, God, I don't think I've ever seen such a visceral reaction to an anime video in my 12 years of being an Anituber. I thought I had some bad takes. I have been
Is he
thwarted,
gonna
and
show
I had
it?
a lot of people
I
being-
feel like I'm getting edged. He's been talking about it for 5 minutes. Okay, he's not gonna show it.
like, Joe, you gotta make a response video to it. You gotta make your own version of this video. You gotta come back and save Anitude, bro. And look, I respect that, and I
Okay.
appreciate all of those kind comments. So if you did, on social media and stuff like that, kind of, weirdly defend me in a weird way, even though I had nothing to do with this video, thank you. But I think I want to use this opportunity instead to just kind of talk about the more broader underlying issue, the elephant in the room, if you will. Because anime tourism, or anime tourists, are a kind of a real thing. And
Can you guys send me the source video he's talking about?
even though this may be the first time I'm talking about it in a long form video like this, I have been kind of subtly talking about it, using my short form content on, things like Instagram Reels and TikTok and stuff like that, which, if you missed that whole train, check this video, links in the description. There is a big reason why I, personally, kind of took a break from making anime content, and it was basically because of this very issue. Like, a lot of people think this whole anime tourism thing started only like recently, like I'm talking like a couple of years ago. No, it's this problem has been around for quite a while now. As much as I think that yes, it is a problem in a weird way, I do also think it's an inevitability. So to start with, why is it a problem? Why is anime tourism or anime tourists a problem? Well, it's a problem for a number of...
Like, I'm gonna be honest, I've never been like directly affected by an anime tourist yet. Has something happened with you guys? Like, did you have an experience with an anime tourist? Or did something that you like got ruined by them? Tell me.
Reasons. I think the biggest one may have to do with, you know, the perspectives of those who have been in the anime community, the online anime community, for as long as it's been around. Basically, I would say since, like, the early 2000s, you know, maybe the early 2010s, at least on YouTube and stuff like that. Because believe me, when I started the Anime Man channel back in 2013, there wasn't really an AniTube community. There wasn't really an anime community. There were, of course, yes, you know, great AniTubers who came before me and who were around before I came onto the scene, and there was most certainly an anime community online on things like forums and stuff like that. But it wasn't so much a community as just like a gathering, because the medium was so still niche and especially new in the Western world, and especially on the online Western world, that there wasn't so much a community of sorts. And it wasn't really until, I would say, like mid-2010s that it really started to become this like community, if you will. You know, because before then, it was very common in the real world, and I was a big victim of this, that if you came out and said that you liked these Japanese cartoons, you would just be bullied for it. Oh, you like these weird Japanese cartoons with like your anime schoolgirls and blah, 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 blah. I mean, trust me, I was there. I got bullied for it in school, you know, not only being the only remotely Asian kid in my school, but the only kid really who knew about this weird and wonderful world of Japanese cartoons. And so
I feel like guys get bullied more than girls too, maybe. At least in my experience. But I mean, in elementary school, we literally traded, like, Dragon Ball Zs were banned by our, like, schools, so we were, like, trading fucking Dragon Ball Z mangas, like, in the back of our school, like, in the dark corner, as if it was, like, some contraband drugs or something. I don't know, I never felt ashamed of liking manga and anime, even throughout, like, everything up until college. I only drew anime style. I was so proud of it. Like, I was cringe. But my teachers would hang up, like, my drawings in the hallways and stuff, because I was, like, the only person that drew well. I was never bullied for liking it. They banned Yu-Gi-Oh! At yours and Pokemon? Why? I guess it's kind of an addiction, but that's dumb. Yeah, black market DBZ. I think because they had a lot of bad words in DBZ and we could see some dicks in there. They banned Pokemon cards in my high school, but maybe it's because, like, people would use them to bully other people or, like, trade them. Like, it could cause arguments. Let's say you got scammed on a trade, then you'd both have to go see the teacher crying. The teachers are like, yo, I'm not gonna deal with that, fuck this shit, we're banning it. Yeah, I feel like people would use the Pokemon cards as contraband. Hey, you got the good stuff, volume 3, fresh pressed? Yes, exactly, exactly. Some kid to his holo Charizard, and after lunch someone stole it. Exactly. I knew this was gonna happen. I knew this was gonna happen. Yu-Gi-Oh! Was banned in my middle school because we're gambling with it. There you go. I knew it. And you too? Yeah, it's legit a gambling currency. While I was in Japan, I saw so many card stores. I was like, dude, should I get into a TCG? Like, find a new place to, collect stuff? And then I was like, nah, dude, this is a money sink waiting to happen. The cards are beautiful, but nah.
Imagine my shock when, over the COVID pandemic, especially, and even a little bit before then as well, I'd say ever since the rise of TikTok, all of a sudden, those kids who were definitely at school bullying those kids who loved watching anime, then turned around and went, hey, you know what? Anime's actually kind of cool. Because God, let me tell you, you kids today, I don't want to sound like an unk straight off the bat, but you kids today have got it fucking easy. We ran so that you guys could walk. Now you don't get bullied for liking anime. You get bullied for liking the wrong anime.
Wait, really, Chatras? That sucks. I'm sorry this happened to you. Wow, Fire Emblem has been around for that long. I legit thought it was a new thing.
Imagine the amount of privilege that comes with. But all jokes aside, there is most certainly now, because anime has become so much more of a mainstream thing and so much more of a hip and cool thing and an okay thing to enjoy, there is certainly now a new group of people who previously, again, did not even want to say the word anime out loud, but, didn't take the medium all that seriously. And then now, because of things like shorts content and because of the COVID pandemic pushing everybody inside for years and years, and basically people getting so bored to the point where they're like, all right, fine, let me give this anime thing a go, and then ending up enjoying it, it created a bunch of anime fans. And let me just say right off the bat, I don't think that being an anime tourist is necessarily all a bad thing. I think everybody went through that phase at least once in their life. I think when back in like the early 2000s and stuff like that, or like the 2010s, if you started getting into the anime community and stuff like that, I think everybody at one point was an anime tourist. But we didn't call them anime tourists. We called them weeaboos. It's like kind of the same thing if you think about it. It's just like now it sounds less like a slur. What is a weeaboo? A weeaboo is essentially just somebody who is non-Japanese, who loves anime so much to the point where they think they understand everything about Japan and Japanese culture.
Ew, wait, that's us! Ew! That's totally us!
Japanese subculture, but in reality they are completely misguided.
So it's just an otaku, basically.
And base all of their information off of fictional Japanese cartoons. And they create their entire personality
For real,
around...
I'm gonna go to Japan and I'm gonna be like, Kisama! And they don't even... And Aniki! And use all the anime Japanese terms, and they're gonna be like, you're so fucking weird.
That, so that they could fit in with a niche and fit in with who they think they actually are. It kind of sounds like an anime tourist. It's essentially the same thing. But here is where I would differentiate a weeaboo from an anime tourist. And this is purely just my personal definition, so if you think otherwise, I'd love to know.
Did you call Parrot Oni-chan? No, but there was like a waiter who called Sayu like older sister. And we all like kind of chuckled because we found that funny. Yeah.
Of the comments, alright? I think the biggest difference between an anime tourist and a weeaboo is that anime tourists think that their opinion on anime is more correct than everybody else. What do I mean by that? Well, I think that a lot of these like anime tourists very much, again, started watching anime over the pandemic and therefore have only really been exposed to, let's say, the past 5, maybe give or take 10 years of anime. And don't get me wrong, in the 10 years of anime since 2015, anime has certainly changed. The type of shows that get big have changed, the quality has fucking increased, and there have been a lot of merits to the evolution of anime in the past 10 years.
True, mister.
But I think at the same time, anything that falls outside of the scope of the past 10 years And anything that falls outside of the scope of how they think anime
Like
is
what?
and how they think anime should be is deemed as wrong or incorrect. And I think that's why you get a lot of these like newer anime fans now who hype up these current shows, you know, these like big shonen shows, you know, like Solo Leveling or Attack on Titan or Jujutsu Kaisen
Whoa,
and
whoa,
stuff
whoa,
like
whoa, 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 whoa! I'm not gonna tolerate slander on Attack on Titan, okay?
that. And think that every anime that should be praised needs to fall under that same exact umbrella. That's like listening to a rock band and thinking that all music needs to sound like rock music for it to constitute as music.
Well, that's dumb. I feel like the whole premise, like, what's cool about anime is that it encompasses like some themes that are about being open-minded, about like adventure, about you know, discovering yourself. So it's like a little sad to see that people who are getting into the medium aren't being open-minded. It's about like, you know, getting to know people that are different than you. He's spitting right now. No, chat. You guys are trying to rage bait me right now. And I also don't think that you need to have been into the anime scene for 10 years to be like, to go about it in a logical manner. I think it's got to do with your media literacy. If you've consumed a lot of media, you can draw parallels between different kind of medias and medium, even though they're completely different. And somebody like intelligent will go about it in a different manner than somebody that's judgmental.
Which is ridiculous for me to even say out loud. They don't understand that, you know, not only has anime evolved over the past 10, even 5 years, but, you know, if you go back to like 2000s anime, or 90s anime, or 80s, or 70s, or 60s anime, the art and the medium has evolved vastly. Just like how Led Zeppelin sounds completely...
Honestly, after watching Dan to Dan, and I've watched Chainsaw Man, I had only read the manga for Chainsaw Man before, and I decided to give the show a try. He's completely right about that. Like, holy shit, the animation has improved so much. It's like artistic. It's I was watching a scene in Chainsaw Man where the people were drunk, and I felt drunk, like, watching them. That's how good they were at portraying, like, all the movements. It was so fluid. The camera POV made you, like, dizzy. I was like, what the fuck? This is so good.
Different to, say, you know, Muse, you know, just as a broad example, right? It doesn't justify the fact that Led Zeppelin is no longer relevant or it's crap or it falls outside of music. That's what these anime tourists, at least from what I have seen online, claim. You know, they think that they have entered this space and gone and looked around and gone, hey, everything that is like not epic fights.
Yeah, keep in mind that I was watching One Piece, so going from like One Piece to Chainsaw Man, I was like, whoa. I was like, whoa. At first, when I started watching One Piece, the image didn't even fit on my screen, because back then the TVs were square when they started One Piece. And the audio in One Piece, it wasn't that good back then.
And shonen and amazing animation and hype doesn't fall under what I constitute as a good anime. Therefore, it must be bad. I don't remember where I saw it, but I remember seeing a comment on like a TikTok or a YouTube video or something where somebody called these anime tourists, or at least this new rise or era of anime tourists as the Columbus era of anime. You know, much like Christopher Columbus, who went to the Americas, mistook it for India, and called the natives now a term that I'm not allowed to say anymore, and you know, claimed the land for themselves because you know, he was like, well, I discovered it, and fuck all of you guys. This is my place now. And I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what these anime tourists are doing. They're like coming to these unfamiliar lands, planting their flag in the soil and going, we own this land now, out of the way,
I thought he was gonna say that like Astro Boy was the Columbus of anime, but he's talking about tourists.
previous people. Your opinions are irrelevant now because you are old and your time is up and you don't know what good anime is anymore. But at the same time they claim all of this, they don't respect the history of the medium, they don't respect how the evolution has happened, they don't respect the cultural significance behind the evolution of the medium. They just look at it as something like cool and pop and fun, and a good way to get the attraction of the huzz. Yes, I did die a little inside saying that out loud. And you know what? I'm thinking about all this and sitting here and talking about it and being like, shit.
I feel like it's the opposite. Like you're not gonna rizz up somebody talking about anime. Although I wish it worked like that.
Am I the problem? Like, have I just turned into such an unk now that I can't accept the fact that the online anime community has changed and the ethos of it has been replaced by these
true
new and fresh faces and these darn kids nowadays coming to take over the land that we once held the flag on? You know, I don't know, because I'm sure there's a couple of people in the comments who are saying that exact thing, being like, huh, alright, Unk, you don't even watch anime anymore. Well, you know what? Maybe there's a fucking reason for that. Maybe it's because the way that I see the anime community now is not the same anime community that I was a part of and I grew up with. And I'm sorry if that makes me out to be an unk, but trust me, kids, you will feel this in about 5-10 years from now, whether you like it or not. Now, in saying all of this, there is, in my opinion, one positive thing that came out of this influx of anime tourists. And it's the fact that
Can you believe some anime podcast got mad and disappointed with him with the Columbus comparison of current anime tourists? And Joey's so accurate with that. What did they say? Why did they get mad? Because it's a good comparison. I think it's fine to integrate the medium late. You just gotta, you know, not take all the space in the room. I mean, sometimes I talk to other like anime hobbyists when I go to like the one manga store in town. And, you know, I can tell that some of them like we really have opposing opinions on some things. Like, I think one guy was like suggesting me an anime, and he was like, oh, and this anime is fine because they don't have like, you know, half-dressed girls in it. And I was like, oh, well, I'm kind of losing half the fun then, you know, but I just like smiled and kept my mouth shut. I'm not gonna like pick a fight about the, well, actually, it's just pixels, who cares? Nah, dude. You just smile and talk about, find another common point to talk about.
It really made the anime industry take itself a lot more seriously. Because we wouldn't have nearly as many anime movies, like big budget, big screen anime films. We wouldn't nearly have as high of an animation quality and production quality as we do now. We nearly wouldn't have as many just shows being made if it wasn't for this new influx of this demographic that was previously uninterested in the medium. Regardless of how you like to view...
Yes, the half-dressed characters are entirely needed for the plot, I agree. Yeah, wait, they try to make the Columbus comparison political? Yeah. I think that's not just a problem with anime tourists. That's with every fandom right now. Like the identity and political talks have taken a big part of the online discussions. And it always just goes back to the George Martin quote, where it's like, you know, online communities used to be a place of gathering, kind of what Joey's saying, where many people would come together with a similar hobby to talk about it.
Just fun. We just want you to give also a chance at it.
Yes, Bleach is a masterpiece, for reals. I agree with that, Yan. And now it's a lot of these communities just revolve around, you know, rage bait and complaining and negativity. That's just how the internet has shifted, though.
anime today and how quote-unquote mainstream it has gotten, I think as an anime fan, we like to see the medium evolve. We like to see the medium get better in terms of just quality. Like, regardless of whether you don't like One Piece, or you don't like JJK, or you don't like Solo Leveling, or you don't like all of these like big mainstream shows that are getting these like movies now, you can't deny that a lot of these shows look absolutely fucking gorgeous. Like, I've only seen clips of the new Demon Slayer movie that is out in cinemas right now, and it's fucking astonishing how good this fucking movie looks. Like, it's almost making me consider going to go watch it, even though I didn't even finish season 2. A couple of days from now, the new Chainsaw Man movie is coming out, and I didn't think that they would be able to get better at the animation from the anime series, but just from the trailer, yeah, it looks freaking incredible. Like,
I'm gonna complain a little bit, but I don't know why it took them so long to come out like with a sequel to the Chainsaw Man stuff. I thought they would have already like animated the entire part 1. Wait, I'm kind of gonna say some spoilers. So if you haven't read Chainsaw Man, like close your ears, not your eyes, for like 2 minutes. But I really wanted to see the fight against Makina, and they don't have that animated yet, so I was super disappointed.
We would not have anything like this if it wasn't for these anime tourists. Like, if anime was still just as niche of a thing in Japan, or especially in the West, we wouldn't be getting shows like this. We would probably still be stuck in, like, you know, early 2000s quality, which, you know, I have a soft spot for, don't get me wrong, that was my freaking childhood. But at the same time, I can also recognize that a lot of the shows don't look that great and haven't really aged all that well. And you know what? In a weird way, this kind of influx of anime tourists has also kind of taken me out of retirement. Again, I mentioned this in my previous video where I talked about reels, or, you know, the fact that I started making more short form content revolving around anime. These, like, I guess, quote unquote anime tourists, if you will, that I have seen on things like TikTok and Instagram, have almost inspired me to start talking about anime again.
Well, that's why he hates them. Dude, short contents, the viewers you get from short content are all so fucking stupid. It's the worst AIDS comments you will ever get. It's always going to be on vertical live streams and short content. That's just how it is. I don't know why. Maybe because there's more kids, or it's just people are more casual about like the streaming culture. I think they don't really get things.
My God.
There's a lot of hecklers.
I thought I had some bad takes on anime. It almost inspires the bully in me to be like, hey, you know what? I feel like I need to teach these kids what actual anime criticism and
Short
opinions
content people
are
get
all
the
about.
gross
And it's
NFL.
so fucking funny to me, the amount of people.
Thank you for the 7-month fruit, Shady.
Every time I upload like an anime-related short or an anime-related TikTok, or, you know, I comment on the video that inspired me to make this video, just the amount of people either like apologizing to me, being like, we owe this man an apology, or the fact that people are like, I don't know, genuinely excited for me to come back to talking about anime and stuff like that. Look, at the end of the day, what am I trying to say here? Am I trying to say that, hey, go out there and bully all the anime tourists off the platform, or that, oh, anime tourism has ruined the sanctity of Japanese cartoons? No, I'm not really saying any of that at all. I think, if anything, if you are an anime fan who is not an anime tourist, and you're saying all this thing about, like, you know, get all the anime tourists out of here and stuff like that, I just don't think, you know, you should take them all that seriously. I personally have been having a lot of fun just kind of roasting anime tourists and, you know, just kind of in a funny way making fun of them for their bad takes, because at the end of the day, that's all it is.
Make anime great again.
And yeah, you know, some people might be like, oh, but you know, if you have a big following online, then you have some responsibility to, you know, give the right information, blah blah blah. But you know, at the end of the day, they're all just opinions, man. If you want to believe that Solo Leveling is the next coming of Jesus, or you want to believe that Astro Boy is the greatest anime ever created, that's cool, dude.
I mean, I respect Astro Boy for being a pioneer. Doesn't mean that I'll like watch it now. I'd rather watch Lawrence of Arabia at that point.
Dude, you can feel that way. That's totally valid. But what these anime tourists need to realize, that as valid as it is to have opinions like that, you're also not free from any criticism either. So look, I'm not going to drag on this video much.
Like, I'm not gonna pretend that I'd watch Astro Boy for fun right now. Like, I'm not in the mood for that.
Longer. All I'm going to say is this. If there are any people watching this video who identify as an anime tourist, or as someone who maybe got
They made
into
a new
anime
Astro Boy?
over
No
the
way.
COVID pandemic, I'm first of all going to say, welcome. One thing you will come to learn very quickly is that the anime community, the online anime community, are the biggest bunch of unforgiving dickheads on the internet.
Yeah.
But at the same time, don't take it all that seriously, okay? Just chill. Take your time with exploring the medium.
Dude, Eminence in Shadow is on my list. It's true that anime fans are like crazy. I've done just a couple like react streams to some like anime videos, and they've been some of my most disliked videos ever. And I talk about controversial topics, just to put it in perspective. And this other creator, Nicolas something, he's an anime like reactor. He's got a big channel, like a million plus. He always gets roasted in his comment. They're calling him a Nazi and stuff, and it's like, he's reacting to One Piece. How could you have come to this conclusion? Like, I don't understand. I don't get it. Yeah, Nicholas Light. Yeah.
And I think most importantly, come to appreciate the medium for what it is. Even though you personally may not agree with all of the different aspects that make anime, for example, you know, all of these like high school romances, or these questionable ages that some of these characters have, or some of the fact that, I don't know, older anime are maybe boring.
Bro, all the animes are set in high school, but the characters don't look like high schoolers. Like, dude, it's like when we watched Blue Lock and that one guy was supposed to be like under 20 years old, but he looked like he was 40. That is just like whatever. It's just made like that. And then, fuck, there was another point I wanted to make. And then people always complain about the anime age gap. Okay, they will complain about like the anime age gap, but then they'll watch Euphoria and they won't complain about it. And it's like, well, these are like real high school girls, not real high school girls, they're older actresses, but they're portraying high school girls having sex, like flesh people, not just pixels. I'm like, yo, come on.
You or anything like that. Just try to understand and try to appreciate the culture and the subculture for what it is. Because regardless of whether it goes against what you morally believe is correct or superior.
And there was no human centipede in Euphoria. What are you guys talking about? Which Euphoria? There's only one, the show with Zendaya. It's a good show.
It ain't gonna change for you. You are just one person who watches Japanese cartoons going against...
Oh, it's also a hentai. Okay. No, I'm talking about the show.
70 years of history that was created by a bunch of Japanese people back in the 60s. Just enjoy those shows for what they are, and if you have opinions on some of them, I say, don't be afraid to express them. Because you know what? Everyone started off as an anime tourist. It's just that anime tourists back in the day were self-aware enough to maybe, I don't know, take a little bit of time to actually explore the medium before expressing their opinions about it online. And at the same time, we took our time to appreciate the medium for what it is, the art for what it is. Because at the end of the day, regardless of how you view it or not, it is an art, and much like any art medium, there's a history behind it, there is a culture behind it, and it takes a lot of time to like get your foot really into that realm. I mean, fuck, I've been making anime content online now for over a decade, and I still go out and want to learn more about the medium and you know, learn about how it came to be and what it will become. Because yes, even though there are a lot of shows in the medium that I absolutely love, and some that I absolutely despise, and a lot that I still haven't seen yet, I want to know.
I never watched an anime or manga and I was like, I fucking hate it. That's never happened yet. I also don't think that you need to watch like a million animes or like read a million mangas to, you know, get a valid opinion or to be a respectful anime fan. You don't need to do that at all. It's about being curious and wanting to explore. You could only like have seen Naruto and Bleach, but be like, wow, animations are the greatest things ever, and I love anything. Like, I'm gonna be amazed by anything animes.
More about the medium, and I love the medium for what it is. And if you are one of those people who don't appreciate the medium, don't understand the medium, don't give a shit about the history, don't give a shit about the cultural significance of all of this, maybe don't make a tier list video trying to dissect every single anime.
Okay, now I want to watch the video.
Today we're going.
Oh god, the Anime Man. Wow. Wait, they're a big channel. How can they be tourists? Is that possible? They have way more subscribers than Joey. Is this his main channel?
Through 100 years of anime history,
ranking the most popular anime from each year to decide once and for all
the best anime of the century. Me and Kay.
Oh god, they're so young. This guy was born yesterday.
Hey yo, it's Team Ethan Gianni, bro.
What's up?
We always go crazy.
That's a little too crazy.
Yeah, okay.
We're starting with this.
It's on YouTube and it's 35 seconds long.
I hate this so much. Okay, see the setup? I feel like with anime, we're getting the same things that like video games are getting, where like all the dude bros are like, oh yeah, I play video games, but like, you know, playing video games like Call of Duty with your bros like for 1 hour every like 2 or 3 days is you're gonna have a different experience and a different perspective than somebody that plays like video games 10 hours a day, that participates in online communities, that participates in online discussions. It's completely different.
Whoa! That fight scene was cracked.
It was 30 seconds. It was about some sushi chef with like octopus arms. That anime is F tier.
This first one is Otogi manga calendar.
There's honestly not too much going on here that grabs my attention besides some little tune playing in the background and a still frame of some character looking at a painting. It's not looking good so far for anime. This is going directly into the F tier category.
E are gonna be watching. Our very first one is called Tetsuwan Atom. So Tetsuwan Atom, let's go. It's on YouTube.
Yo.
Oh wait, hold on. Sorry, my bad, guys. That was Astro Boy.
Oh,
that was Astro
come
Boy.
on,
my
bro.
Bad. Okay.
You pressed the wrong one.
Why is it Astro Boy?
Why is Tetsuwan Atom is Astro Boy?
Okay, like I'm trying to take it seriously, but look at this Looney Tunes ass fault. He's abandoning his son, and then it's literally just like, it's like, come on. So Astro Boy from 1963.
I give it an absolute bottom of the barrel F tier.
What?
F tier, bottom of F tier.
Big X.
You know what? I just realized that Shaman King like style resembles a little bit Astro Boy, like the way they draw the hands and legs, like a little ticker in the bottom.
Yeah, big dookie, bro.
Big stinky, bro.
Like, bro, you're telling me people used to watch this?
I'm actually upset that I watched it.
But it was just.
Yeah, the Zoomers, if they see something black and white, it's over. They already think they can't stand it. It's like black and white, ew, no colors, ew. That's how they view it.
beyond bad. Like, this anime shouldn't have been made, bro.
Alright, this next anime we're watching is from Jungle Taiti Kimba the White Lion.
It starts off with a looks-maxing white lion that rules a jungle, and immediately falls into a trap trying to save his wife and future kid, and then dies. Now after this, the lion's wife gives birth by the help of some rat doctors on a cruise ship, and gives birth to a white lion that suspiciously looks like a rat. And Ethan and I have a little theory. His dad died, the rats birthed him. Ethan and I have a theory that the mom actually had an affair with the rat. Yeah, well, we're going
This guy hasn't washed his hair in weeks.
1966. Our anime is Osomatsu-kun. When is it gonna get in color? I'm being serious.
We sat down and actually paid attention while watching this.
Oh my gosh. Oh, I think Jeremy died.
This is rage bait.
Now, I know for some reason a guy was dressed up as a dog. Why is the dog talking? Why is the dog is talking? What? The dog is a dude! What the hell? Osomatsu-kun. Jeremy, what are we giving it?
Below Astro Boy, bottom of the bottom.
Bottom of the bottom of the bottom of F tier.
Speed Racer? No. It's colored. Guys, it's colored. Honestly, a big upgrade from Big X, bro. Big X, that's still traumatizing me to this day.
On the S tier list, I wouldn't even give it F tier because at least it's bearable. I'll give it D.
So now it is time for me and Ethan to watch Cyborg 009. Alright, so Ethan and I just got done watching it, and it was good. It was black and white. High D.
I'll do like D+, bro. Like
Alright, we'll put it high D too.
Alright guys, we're watching Doro Doro, whatever the hell it's called. Just off starting with some great rain animation.
This one was okay.
This one wasn't bad. It had promise.
It did have promise.
Watching it, you could definitely see where a lot of modern anime things come from. For what it was,
so much better than the
so
past
much
two
better.
anime.
I think it gets like a high C to low B.
I agree. High C.
The next anime we're watching is Ashito no Joe. This is one of the best sports mangas ever. So the first episode better be freaking good. I'm not even joking. I say this is a C tier anime. The other first episodes didn't have the substance, bro. This one I like the hook. It was still kind of boring.
But they only watched one
Next anime
episode?
we're watching is Lupin the Third.
Yeah, we were.
Because I feel like back then the shows were more of a slow burn. Nowadays they make the first episode include a hook. They've kind of changed the way they've done things. There's a lot of animes I wouldn't have kept on watching if it was only for the first episode. Like Attack on Titan, like the first few episodes were not didn't have the hook. I think the hook comes in a little bit later. Oh, the background music. Yeah, they know that now the first episode are super important to catch the attention, but also I think it's got to do with how Shonen Jump runs manga. Like if it's not catching on early, then they'll just cancel you. So, or a lot of the time the mangakas have to submit like one chapter for review, so they make that chapter like really strong. AOT had a cliffhanger. I don't remember then exactly what the first episode was. You needed Levi to hook you. True. No, I think it's like chill and then they get invaded. So you gotta wait till they get invaded for the action to start. And then Eren gets eaten. And then you're like, what the fuck? The main character is dead. And it's like, we're 3 episodes in.
Recognize this character, and we're giving this anime a little bit more respect, so we're only gonna put it at 1.5 times speed.
Lupin's girlfriend, I think, gets captured and starts getting
Oh, it was Eren's mom getting eaten. Oh, so they do get invaded in episode 1. Alright, I don't know. I misremembered the anime then.
tortured by the bad guy. But before it goes any further, Lupin outsmarts the guy and saves the day until he's betrayed by his girl, but then ends up with her in the end. It's honestly very confusing, but as you can see, the foundations were laid and it leads to what it is today, and it's going in the D category.
Wait, Jeremy, what do we have? What is that? What is that, Jeremy?
We have color!
You know, it was in color.
Wait, they're watching them at 1.5 speed? Are you serious?
Hoping for something good. And then... Okay, Jeremy. Guys, Devilman, animation was pretty good for it being so old. Except the one problem was just how bad the characters and the overall story was.
It was bad.
It was bad. Devilman's going to D tier. Get out of here, Devilman.
You finished,
Devilman. Is it related to Devilman Crybaby?
Doraemon, you know, yeah, the first episode was Lost in Time, 1973, and we watched 2 minutes of it.
No, just slideshows. Doraemon's F tier. Doraemon's F tier.
All right, Sam. What's our next anime?
Our next one is Fortnite.
Fortnite?
Yeah.
Like Fortnite, like the game?
Dude, this is a video about anime, not video game.
No, Fortnite.
I'm just gonna play it. All right.
Wait, isn't that Saitama from One Punch Man? Wait, yo.
Thanks to Epic Games for sponsoring this video.
Yup, like we said, Saitama
Dude, of course they're Fortnite kids, dude.
has officially come to Fortnite experiences, including Battle Royale and the new mode Blitz. So go do some Fortnite gritty. Oh my god, you're great! Double pumps, or you know, what the kids are doing nowadays. Squad up with your favorite characters like Saitama, Genos, and Terrible Tornado, and use 3 new pickaxes, backblinks, and emotes, along with a new glider, instrument, and wrap. Guys, that's like crazy value there. Our personal favorite character, and usually the one we like to run, is Saitama, just because we relate to his early male pattern baldness that's found in most men. Also Genos, because he's really cool. And also Terrible Tornado, because she's really cool too.
I never finished that show. I should pick it back up. But now I'm gonna have to start all over again, because I don't remember the beginning.
Going bald. And back on the track of more happy things, make sure to check out the new One Punch Man inspired cosmetics for the Jackal vehicle. So head over to the Fortnite item shop today and check out the awesome new One Punch Man cosmetics before they're gone.
Dude, that was easily the best one.
I don't see how we're gonna top that. S tier?
S tier for sure. Alright, on to the next one.
Feel bad for Heidi. She has a really tough grandpa.
Now I think this is where anime started developing a little bit more, but the pacing is still very much an issue. But even with all the joyfulness and the wholesomeness that Heidi has, it's still going in the C tier, which is honestly pretty good for an anime that old.
Jeremy, for robot, UFO, grenade, or whatever it's called, we got an intro. After the letdown and stinker that was Devilman, we're hoping that UFO can bring this back up. Sorry again to the 4 fans of this show.
Uh-oh.
Are you serious?
This is rage bait.
Jeremy, wake up.
UFO Robo Grand Dessert.
Boring. Are they actually like paying attention to the storylines and dialogue, or are they just like yapping over it?
I'd give this one D, but middle D.
Yeah, D.
Candy! 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 Hey, 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 hey!
Yeah, that shit's trash.
Chodenji machine volts got into it fast. Aliens invaded the Earth and the world was ending in the first episode, bro. And honestly, I can't tell you what the characters' names were and anything else about the show. This anime is easily F tier. I'm sorry.
Guys,
how is anybody watching this?
That was the best anime ever so far. This one was pretty good.
Insane animation. For how old it was. Insane. Great dub voice acting. Oh my gosh.
And
like
also,
the dub voice acting is...
Oh, dub? Wait, they're watching these animes dubbed? Brother, ew.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Future Boy Conan, you're going straight to A tier. Top of A. Let's go.
This one's decent, bro. It's like around Ashino Joe level, a little better.
Yikes.
It was the best anime we watched so far. I like the little lightsaber effect, the aura of him pulling out the blade, him hopping in the suit.
The only reason, the only valid excuse for watching dubbed anime is like you're doing something at the same time and you can't afford to look at the screen. Like maybe you're like lifting or working out or some shit. But this is why now when I watch anime, I'm just doing nothing else but watching the anime because you gotta pay too much attention to the subtitles.
C tier.
Yeah, it is C tier.
Guess what, Ethan?
What?
We made it to the 80s!
Wait, this one...
I swear from the 70s to the 90s, everything was all
This one looks
anime,
like
bro.
JoJo.
The Space Runaway Idiot opening was fire. And this one dude had a nice afro. And that will be the only compliment I'm giving this show. Pacing was absolutely horrendous, even for its time.
Just F tier, bro. Instant F tier.
Jeremy, what are we watching?
We're watching Urusei Yatsura.
This is the first Gooner anime.
Never... Like that little image that they have in the top left kind of looks like JoJo a little bit.
Wait.
Urusai Yatsura.
Urusai Yatsura!
This was #1 by far. No debate so far. It's the first one that actually had me laughing. It's the first one that I had.
It's like the first waifu, basically.
Yep. This is going in S tier.
This is going at the top of S tier, Jeremy.
I'm gonna lose my mind. My brain is rotting, guys. We've watched such trash anime for so long. It actually gets to you, bro. It's infecting my whole atmosphere, bro.
What?
It's called Macross, bro. It got me in my sleep.
Bro has been laying on the ground. He can't get up. He's paralyzed.
I just want some Orimo. I want some High School DxD. Please.
Huh?
I'm putting it at D tier. It doesn't deserve to be the most popular. F tier. F tier.
Unbearable. Actually, unbearable to watch it.
Alright, we're about to watch Captain Tsubasa, which is
Tsubasa.
it just looks like a generic ripoff of like Blue Lock for just any soccer anime.
How did this rip off Blue Lock if it came before it, bro? All
Yeah.
the pacing is pretty trash. We put it at 2x speed. It was still fire, and I'm not gonna lie, that rivalry, I actually want to.
They put it at 2 times speed. I thought Captain Tsubasa was like really well received. I thought I heard about it.
Watch the second episode.
The main character has a very common anime personality of wanting to be the best at something. Overall, pretty enjoyable, pretty big cliffhanger at the end. This is going straight into the C tier category.
Look at those pecs. This is the North Star.
Wait, no way. Is he gonna do the thing?
Wait. Wait, it sounds like JoJo. Like, it sounds like JoJo got inspired by that anime. Like, the way they talk and stuff?
That was the thing! No, that was the thing! That was the thing! No, that was sick! Okay, that was sick.
Alright, guys, the year is 1984. Jeremy, what happened?
We got Fist of the North Star. Now, here's the thing, guys.
I'm gonna give it a B tier.
I agree. It's going on top of B, though.
This is aesthetic when you think of anime 80s, bro.
Yeah, I love how intense they are. Like, in JoJo and stuff. And, like, in that anime. Like, I love the dialogue in VA. This is where I'm like... Wait, you don't realize how good the original version is if you've only watched dubbed. Because I watched some show dubbed, and then when I switched to sub, I was like, oh, okay. They're insane.
Looked amazing, you know what I mean? We had potential. We're like, you know, maybe finally something that can give us something we've been wanting, and there's no subtitles.
So
No, I'm not talking about the React guys. I'm talking about like the voice actors in the anime. They're like so good. They're so good. They're like so intense. I wish people would just like scream at each other like that in IRL.
Watch these cool animes. Cade and Aiden
are watching Touch with no subtitles, so we just don't understand anything.
Touch is going D tier.
Alright, Ethan. You know what time it is?
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball time.
Dragon Ball. I don't want anyone attacking me for what I'm about to say,
Thank you,
but
Jed.
what the hell did I just watch? Goku with a tail. I've never seen that before. Goku with his... You know, you just gotta watch the anime to find out, but Nirvana cover. And Bulma trying to the 10-year-old? Are you serious?
Wait. I've only ever known Goku with a tail. That's new to me. Maybe he has a plug as well. JoJo's heavily inspired by Fist of the North Star. Yeah,
JoJo is heavily inspired by Fist of the North Star.
Wait, so do they remove his do the other I'm having brain lag right now. I'm getting stun locked. Do the other Dragon Ball Z, he doesn't have a tail? What happened with his tail? Oh, it got removed. So these guys... Oh, because these guys only watched the anime when, like, Goku was grown up, I suppose?
It's honestly not a very good start to the anime. This is going straight into the D tier.
This one was booty.
I would
Oh, he turns into a destructive monkey of full moon if he keeps the tail? I don't think I got that far. Or I don't remember at all. I was too young when I got into Dragon Ball Z. But I remember Baby Goku. That's like the thing I visibly remember.
personally say that this goes top of C.
Top? Yeah, you know, just get in C. Don't put it at top or don't put it bottom, just get in C.
Look, it's a Gundam. It's in 360p.
So we just finished Samurai Troopers. Yeah, that's going in the big F tier.
Honestly, the last one was a stinker, so let's hope this one's way better.
Dragon Ball. And Dragon Ball fans, we're sorry, but yeah, we're on Ranma now, baby. Let's go. I'm not gonna lie, Ranma 1/2 caught me off guard. And that's just because it kept showing naked girls in the first episode. It's a very unique plot, with Ranma changing genders with a splash of water due to some cursed body of water or something. And even though it was made in 1989, the comedy is still great. Like, it had me and Ethan laughing. Honestly, after this, I'm gonna continue watching Ranma. Yeah, this show is a solid B tier, okay?
Would I say Yatsura is forever cemented as the greatest thing of all time? The aesthetic of it was actually literally made me shiver me timbers. I'm not even joking.
Oh, greatest.
Straight shiver me timbers.
Greatest.
Nadia, Secret of the Blue Water, whatever it's called. I'm going A tier.
Let's do it. Guys, I'm sorry. No. Guys, it only gets worse. It only gets worse every single time. I don't know what I'm watching. I'm getting scared. Look at this. It's about like this high school girl, bro. She gets charmed up by this dude. This dude definitely is older, bro.
Wait, the art looks good.
Yeah, dude. This girl just started high school, bro. No.
Look, that's me and Kate right there. All the huzz are looking for us. Look at this.
They were just very pretty guys, but they were
very
just girls.
pretty guys.
So I just don't understand what the concept was, and
I've got to watch, dear brother.
There's always those shows that people glaze for having an amazing first episode. And Yu Yu Hakusho's first episode is a perfect example of that. Even though it was made 33 years ago, it's still such a banger. Easy A tier.
Alright, the year is 1993.
Arguably and probably the most popular basketball anime. I think it's
no, it's probably. I think it's the most popular sport. The aesthetic,
I've heard about that one.
Good,
it's super popular. Slam dunk.
A tier.
A tier.
Guys, Sailor Moon. Hunter's wife.
you know, Sailor Moon's very glazed. You know, I feel like girls growing up because watch this. Yeah, but I'm gonna be honest, it looks dookie. We're too old for this now.
What?
You know?
I'd rate that top of C tier.
Yeah.
Evangelion lovers, don't get mad at me. I love Evangelion. That first episode is not that strong.
I only have one thing to say about Evangelion, and that's Misato. I can't lie, the best.
I've always pronounced it Evangelion. Have I been pronouncing it wrong this entire time?
Best part about the episode is holy yacht, bro. Is her name Misato? She's so bad, bro. The rest of the episode feels too much of a blur and doesn't really set up anything until the end, and it doesn't really get anything done. Without Misato, this would be lower, but it is going in the C tier.
Alright, guys.
Wait, Detective Conan is super popular. There's no way to rate that one, though.
Conan is done. Jeremy? I don't know about you. Guys,
no way.
If you want to watch some detective work, how about you deduce the fact that Detective Conan is not that good? C tier.
Berserk, 1997. Yes, finally something we know. Finally something that's actually good. Except for these all dookie booty. This may be the first S tier. So Black Swords in the first episode. I'm gonna put an S tier. It's iconic. It's beautiful. It is Berserk. It is the second. Well, actually, no, it's the greatest manga of all time.
Cowboy Bebop time.
Cowboy Bebop, baby.
Cowboy Bebop, wow. Honestly, what a great episode. Right off the bat, world building, the music, and the animation is established, showcasing the exact kind of thrill ride that we're going to be going on. For an anime that released in 1998, it holds up really well. This is very easily going into the A tier category, and I'd challenge anyone who says otherwise.
I feel like now that I'm reading the Berserk manga, I enjoy Berserk a lot more than when I watched the anime without knowing the like the Guts backstory. Dude, Guts is actually hot in the manga. The anime was good. It's like directed by the guy. It was partially directed by the guy who made Berserk. So obviously it's like true to the source material, but obviously there was a lot of things that they couldn't adapt to the television, which is understandable. And there's not like that many episodes, but like, yo, reading the manga, it's been a completely other experience because I understand a lot more things, like a lot more details that I really didn't understand when I watched the anime. And some panels are really, really impressive and exquisite. And the Guts backstory was like kind of so important because when I watched the anime, I was like confused about some things. About like Guts and him killing that guy Gambino. I was like, well, why did he kill him? Like, I was like, that's kind of random. And I also really, even though like the duel was really good in the anime, I loved watching the duel drawn, like reading the duel drawn between Guts and Griffith like climbs on his sword. It was so fucking good.
I think One Piece is one of those shows where it gets better later on.
I can't deny that the first episode of One Piece is pretty good. You get the introduction to Luffy. You get Kobe, what's his name? The pink-haired guy?
Yeah.
Overall, I'd give the first episode of One Piece A tier.
I agree. A tier.
Inuyasha!
Bro, like, okay, it's true that the first few episodes of One Piece are really good because of Zoro, but like they're just giving One Piece a high rating because it's One Piece, because I swear to God, like the first few seasons are a fucking snooze fest. And One Piece is like, it's better than freaking NyQuil to put you to sleep. Like when I had insomnia, I just put One Piece and I instant fall asleep.
Like the fight scenes look good.
I mean, I watched it because I knew it was gonna be worth it. And obviously there's some bits that I liked, but goddamn, it was long sometimes. I think I told you guys the story before, but I was sick at one point. I was watching One Piece, and it was in Skytopia. And I know Skytopia is super important, but I think I fell asleep at one point, and Luffy. Oh no! It wasn't in Skytopia. It was in the desert. It was in the desert, and Luffy was chasing Crocoboy, and I woke up. And you know how Netflix like keeps playing the show while you're sleeping? And when I woke up, he was still chasing Crocodile. But it was like 15 episodes later. I was like, I haven't missed anything.
Spanish only, so only I'm gonna
Alabasta.
Yeah,
It was
if I'm
in
being completely
Alabasta.
honest with the show, like after watching all these shows, I was already super exhausted from watching anime, and this came on, and it was in freaking Spanish, so I couldn't even understand it. When I watched it, it was garbage. I'm being honest.
It's literally on Netflix. No! Inuyasha's good. It's good because it's memeable. Like, it's not the anime that's gonna like challenge you mentally, but it's like, it's a classic. Inuyasha, Kagome. No, they like yelled this the entire time. And his older brother is so hot. Like they don't get nah.
We are both in the 2000s now, baby. Hellsing's gothic aesthetic is super cool. The cinematography was super good. Besides that, there's nothing really noteworthy about it. C tier.
No, Jeremy, dude, come on. You gotta wake up. I get One Piece was born, but you gotta wake up. Jeremy, come on. Because wanna know what's next? What are we watching? Wanna know what's next?
Jeremy, do you know what that is? Wait, Jeremy. Guys,
they're gonna rate this S tier. Okay, what's the rating you guys think they're gonna give them?
The first episode of Naruto
is a banger.
It is actually a banger. Naruto's first episode is a lot better than One Piece's. So because of that, we will be putting it in S tier.
S tier. Get up there, Naruto.
We finally got.
Wait, was the first episode that good?
Second YouTube, baby.
Yay! Thank you for 18 months. Oh yeah, second YouTube baby. True. The disrespect to Hellsing. Now, Inuyasha, look, I wouldn't recommend Inuyasha to somebody now. It's like really if you have like a lot of time to waste and you like romances. And the characters are cute, but like the dialogue is nothing crazy. Like the story is nothing crazy, but it's cute. Like I enjoyed it for what it was. I did enjoy it. I feel like it took a while for Naruto to get good, which is why I'm wondering why they rated the first episode so highly. But then I read the mangas again, so isn't the first episode just like Naruto being sad on like the neighborhood park swings and like other people in the villagers being like, stay away from him, he's a demon, don't talk to him, and like everybody being mean to him. And he has like his sensei with the scar on the nose. That's like the goat that's being nice to him. Like, I feel like it starts getting good when he joins Team 7. They got their first like trials and stuff with Kakashi. It picks up at the end, good cliffhanger.
Full Metal Alchemist, I was expecting something that was going
If they don't rate this highly, I'm gonna be really pissed.
Be good, and it actually met my expectations and Cade's. We get more of like world building aspect of the first episode compared to Full Metal Alchemist Brotherhood, where there's more action right in the beginning.
Guess what anime we're watching? Bleach. Now, before you come at me with pitchforks, I've watched all of Bleach, and I think it's great. But the first episode, it's nothing crazy. It was decent, and that's why it's going in C tier.
Yeah, I feel like for me, Bleach, I only started really loving it once we met like the captains of Soul Society. I was like, whoa, these characters are so fucking cool. But C tier Bleach, ouch. It deserved better than C.
Sorry.
We got Mushishi. I thought it was paced extremely well. It was written really well, and the music was just like.
This is another anime that I like read the manga. I didn't really watch the anime till later. Like, I watched the anime recently.
Like the cherry on top. It was a really emotional first episode. Overall, this is definitely something that I am for sure watching. I think it's top of A tier. Absolute banger.
Guys, we have Death Note finally.
I don't know Mushishi. What is that?
Death Note is so beat. I was saying one of them. Death Note. I used to hate anime my whole entire life until 2020. The first actual anime episode I ever watched was the.
There's so much wrong with this sentence. I used to hate anime my whole life. He started watching anime in 2020. He watched a Death Note first. I get Death Note is for real. If you're gonna suggest an anime to a tourist, I would probably suggest Death Note or like Spy X Family, probably. But he totally just added times. How can you hate anime? Like, he went from hating anime, not being neutral about it, not being like, oh, I just never gave it a try. He went from hating anime to loving it. Why? Because, like, now you're making money on YouTube with your bros during COVID. You started your channel.
First episode of Death Note, it was so good. Absolute masterclass, masterpiece. 3, 2, 1. S tier! It is the best episode we have watched by far.
Gurren Lagann!
Gurren Lagann. The first episode of Gurren Lagann starts with main characters
100% these guys bullied anime fans. Yeah, I could see it.
Simone and Kamina, which is located beneath the surface in some tunnel. Eventually, both of the main characters discover a way out through the help of a large monster.
Death Note was 2006 and he started watching it in 2020. Yeah, he probably watched it on Netflix.
Very alluring character in Yoko Littner. This, along with one of the best messages in anime, clearly brings this anime at the top of the A tier category.
Guys, me and Jeremy are at the point where we've already seen so many and we just want something new.
And this is exactly not it.
And when we get something like Toradora, keep in mind, we're only 15 minutes in.
I feel like we've seen so many romance and slice of lives that are kind of exactly the same.
Because of that, we'll be putting it in
C tier.
But you know, now we're on Fairy Tail, a classic.
Wait, Fairy Tail was in 2009? That's crazy. That's been so long ago. I just watched that recently, like this year.
Fairy Tail, first episode done. I never watched Fairy Tail before.
I watched it.
I would watch Fairy Tail after that. I give it A tier. I don't think it's an S tier.
I think it's an A tier. I don't think it's better than Death Note.
It's good. I mean, I love Fairy Tail. It's just like a feels good anime. It's nothing like groundbreaking though. It's nothing that I'd recommend to somebody like, yo, watch it for the plot and the dialogue. It's like really amazing. No, but if you want to feel good, sure. You know, kind of like Inuyasha. It's like a feel-good anime. You know what you're getting into, and you're getting the same thing every episode.
Angel Beats.
Yeah, it's
this
like
show
the standard
starts off
script.
with the main.
And there's a kind of comfort in knowing exactly what you're getting into and knowing that, like, you know, no character that you really like is gonna die. Nothing really sad is gonna. Okay, no, I cried a lot during that one episode, but usually nothing really sad's gonna happen. You know, it's not like I can't say my example because I would be spoiling another show. Fairy Tail could have been a lot better, but it's just like it's got all the classic manga tropes. Yeah, comfort food anime. Well, I was gonna say it's not like JJK where half the cast is dead by the end of the manga.
Character and the viewer introduced to the world of Angel Beats at the same time. Some type of purgatory where dead people are currently stuck in as they rebel against the purgatory system, which is in the form of some white-haired lolly. I'm not sure how old she is, but she's definitely a lolly. Just look at her. I don't know. It feels very slice of life, and you can kind of already tell what type of...
Just from her head, I don't think she's a lolly.
Anime you're getting with the first episode, which isn't always a good thing. This is going into the D tier category.
All right, guys, I've been waiting for this for a really long time. We're
she is a lolly? Well, I haven't seen her body. Maybe that's why they cropped the head. They didn't want to show the entire thing.
11, and you want to know what that means, Jeremy?
Oh, that's Hunter x Hunter. That's the show Taiga wants me to watch. Why is there no sound?
I've personally never seen Hunter x Hunter. Sam is one of the biggest glazers of Hunter x Hunter, so I'll let him take the reins for this one.
Guys,
what makes it so good is that it doesn't have all like the cheesy anime tropes.
Oh my god.
Hunter x Hunter, as far as the first episode goes, it's such a great start, so I think it's gonna have to go A tier.
On to the next, Sword Art Online.
Oh, see, the art there on Hunter x Hunter was good. I never got into Hunter x Hunter because I thought like the art was like
so good is that it doesn't have all
I don't know, I
cheesy
wasn't
anime
really
tropes.
into it.
Hunter x Hunter, as far as the first episode goes, it's such a great start, so I think
like that's really good artwork.
Gonna have to go A tier.
On to the next, Sword Art Online. Me and him have both seen the first episode. We've actually seen the anime.
But this episode's fire.
It brings you in. It was like the first like isekai that like really banged. So you know, it started everything.
It's the original isekai.
It's over. The first episode, banger, outro, and intro. It's iconic, bro.
Sword Art Online.
Copyrighted, so it's y'all know SAO episode 1. It sets up the plot perfectly. It's better than Fairy Tail, so I'd put it in the A tier.
I put A tier as well.
But the first episode's a classic.
Watching the first episode of a
I watched SOA and I thought it was really good when I watched it, but now I don't like isekais anymore. It wasn't even isekai? Was it not? SAO. Sorry, I inversed the letters. I like Konosuba. Yeah, I love Konosuba. It's not technically an isekai. Well, I thought being put into a video game counts as isekai. Like, fuck, what's the other one where the guy gets put in a game and he becomes a skeleton? And he's got that hot demon girl working for him.
Attack on Titan reminded me how amazing
Yeah, Overlord. So Overlord's also an isekai.
it was. It easily has the best first episode world building I've ever seen. This is one of, if not the best first episodes of anything ever. Easy S tier.
Okay. Well, it seems like they're watching the other anime subbed. Tokyo Ghoul. I gotta get on Tokyo Ghoul. I watched ReZero. I feel like that fell off though. For some reason I kinda didn't like the more I really liked it and then I was like kinda getting bored towards the end.
I am. No matter what you want to say about the later part of Tokyo Ghoul anime,
Season
the
one.
first episode
Episode 1 of
season 1
is actually really good.
Banger. We should make a new tier. The awesome ultra double S plus tier. It's going in that tier because Tokyo Ghoul is that good.
One Punch Man.
Oh wow, really?
I hate for this, but I don't like One Punch Man. I think it's really boring.
What?
I put it at like Fairy Tail level.
I hate this guy.
It's a C tier at best.
We were about to watch My Hero Academia, and I've actually never watched it in my life.
These guys.
I know Ethan's watched the first episode, but yeah, I'm actually hyped. My Hero Academia. It starts off with Deku getting bullied by Bakugo, which I thought was his love interest. And then he just walks over to a crowd and glazes a giant hero lady with a yacht. And then he almost dies and gets saved by All Might, who inspires him to become a hero. To be honest, it was just a generic anime first episode. It's C tier.
What? No, I loved the first episode. I thought it was really good. I feel like it got worse during season 2. But I still want to start over this anime and give it a try and catch up because I think now it's finished. I'm still gonna watch it, I think, even though I kind of got bored at one point because I do think there's some interesting characters in there. And I loved Deku. I loved him.
I mean, what are we watching?
We're watching Black Clover.
Honestly,
I've not watched Black Clover.
Me too.
Oh really? I think
yeah, I have not seen Black Clover.
Oh, okay.
That's a great introduction
To Asta.
to Asta and whatever his brother's name was, and like the whole world and how important magic is. I think it's going into A tier.
I agree.
Simple as that. A tier. Get up there.
We just finished watching Violet Evergarden. Me, Cole,
Oh, I don't know that one. Do you guys know that one? Violet Evergarden?
and Cade haven't seen it.
You just called him Cade.
Oh.
Black Clover is unbearable at the beginning? Really? I just know the name, so I'm guessing it's popular.
A tier.
It's
A tier.
It's high C if best, maybe low B if I have to compromise because realistically nothing really happened. I don't really care about the story. I would never watch that show. Yes, it's very pretty
It's
nice.
10.
No, okay, look.
Attack on Titan looks amazing, but it's still Dookie. Like what? Like I don't
That's just a
care.
horrible take. That's just a horrible.
It's good if you want to cry. No, I hate animes that make me cry. Although I am warming up to Slice of Life. I know you guys love Slice of Life, and I think I'm starting to understand why. I think I started to understand why after watching Dan to Dan, and I was like, I kind of like the romance in it. It's like creating some situations that are like interesting and funny and fresh, at least for me. Because I feel like I haven't seen that kind of situations a lot in animes yet. Because I usually avoid that stuff. Because I feel like it's gonna make me feel bad about being like alone.
Look, I'll compromise. I'll put high B though. We're putting up max level B.
We're on the most popular anime of all time. Demon Slayer. Yeah.
The first episode of Demon Slayer sets the tone very early with what anime we're going to be experiencing. It kind of has a similar vibe to Attack on Titan in a way, just in a smaller scale. Tanjiro seems like
I don't know.
Violet Evergarden, Into Your Eternity when?
Wait, is it that good? If they say that anime has no action, then they literally don't know the plot because the protagonist was a war veteran. Dude, they're gonna glaze the fuck out of Demon Slayer. They're gonna put it in S tier.
like a very happy guy who has the grace of having a great family to care for until he doesn't have that. B tier.
Oh, okay. They only put it in B tier. That's... I thought it had a great first episode.
I know all the old heads are gonna hate to hear this, Jeremy. All the old heads are gonna hate to hear me say it. I think, yeah, it's low-key peak. Fun fact: me and Jeremy honestly don't really like it that much. Like, I think
thought it was just decent.
I think overall, Jujutsu Kaisen is definitely
Hola,
overrated.
¿Cómo estás?
Muy bien, y tú? I remember on Insanely Viral, episode 1 of OPM got so big that not only boosted the anime's popularity, but got people interested in the manga and one's other work because of how amazing the writing is, but it made people really interested in the animation in anime. Ranking it C is such a huge crime. What do they mean by old heads? Because I feel like the JJK fan base is probably all Zoomers.
But as a first episode, guys, I think you need to go back and rewatch this peak. So I think it's going in S tier.
All right, Horimiya, we just finished it. And you know what I gotta say? We both have already watched the first. You actually read the whole manga, so.
And guess what? Horimiya fans, you guys need a life. I'm sorry, I get it. You want a Cade War type.
If it's got Gojo in it, and Sukuna without a t-shirt, then it's gotta go in S tier. Come on, guys.
The cool piercings.
Yeah, these guys are Gen Alpha. You guys were saying Gen Z. Gen Z guys was like that was years ago. Gen Z was years ago. The Gen Z people are probably normal now compared to Gen Alpha.
Bro, you want the good bod, bro. You want the little skin, you know, you want the abs, you know, but you're not getting anything out of this. There's no substance.
It's Gooner for girls, bro.
It is. It's girl goon.
It's mid.
It's mid, but I still think as the first episode.
What is this show? They said it was Gooners for girls. Maybe I should watch that. Horimiya?
I give it. It's for the Violet Evergarden. Yeah, it's B tier.
It's B tier.
It does get worse with every gen.
For Chainsaw Man.
Chainsaw Man. The start of this anime is honestly very depressing if we're gonna be honest. We're introduced to the main character in Denji and his chainsaw dog Pochita as he navigates through crumbling debt, which his father left behind after he died, when he ends up getting betrayed by his employers who take a deal with like a zombie demon or zombie devil, and they end up killing Denji. Then, in a very sad scene, Pochita ends up giving him his life so that Denji can live through his, basically wanting Denji to promise that he achieves his dreams as he's basically a backseat driver. Easily A tier.
Wait, where's Jeremy?
Why not S tier?
Just one episode of Free Run, Jeremy! One episode of Free Run!
You just need to watch Free Run. Everyone loves Free Run. Everyone loves Free Run, okay? Okay?
What's going on?
Alright, Jeremy. We're on our last episode. 2024. Free Run! How are we feeling? How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Alright, guys. The year
They're
is
so
2024.
annoying.
The first episode is a banger.
It's pretty good. It's pretty
No,
good. It's
yeah,
pretty
yeah, it's a banger.
It's a banger. It's a banger. It is gorgeous to look at.
The animation
it is
is
insane.
great.
And same with like this background and set pieces. It's drawn perfectly. Free Run, you know, we're getting towards the end of this list, but I don't really think anyone.
Yeah, it's drawn, like, Free Run was drawn perfectly, but I didn't feel like it had some, like, crazy camera shots, like some... Okay, no, a better wording for it is I didn't think the animation was, like, super innovative. I think it was beautiful. I think it fit with the team, the atmosphere of being calm and introspective. But, yeah, I think I would praise Free Run more for, like, the story, the dialogue, how different it is from other animes. It's like, it's almost like a counter, like, fast anime. It's like a slow anime.
One will have a problem with us saying that it's A tier. The first episode,
A tier.
Come on, A tier.
Yeah.
Get in there.
Solo leveling! Episode 1's mid, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Episode 2? That's where the real juice and potato.
Episode 2 and 3 are actually good. Season 1's a cliffhanger, bro. It draws you in for a cliffhanger. You know.
Solo leveling was the last anime. We're done! We're done. Hey, me and Kate and Cole. It's time for
They're like, it's amazing. The animation was amazing. Everything was amazing. And then they're like, A tier. Well, fuck. What do you put S tier then? Yeah, Free Run has some good storytelling. That's like the main selling point of Free Run. The characters are great. They're well developed. It's just weird for me that they put the animation as one of like the key talking points. They should have said that the shots were beautiful. That's different. But like if you're talking about an anime with like really hype animations, like the studios, they put all the budgets on like Demon Slayer, JJK, the hype anime. The ones that they know it's gonna like sell well, or Chainsaw Man, stuff like that. Although I heard that like fans of Chainsaw Man didn't like it because it wasn't similar enough to the manga. But I'm like, I read the manga and I'm like, why would I want to rewatch the exact same thing that I just read? Like, I like that it's a little bit different, and I didn't feel that it was that different actually.
little dance. Cole, start the dance off, bro.
Hey.
Yo, hey,
Hey. Oh. Hey. Hey. Hey.
We're on the last anime.
2025. That's this year, and technically there might be an even better anime later in the year.
Wait, what did they rate Solo Leveling at? Did I miss it?
But right now, we're watching Sakamoto Days. We are finally at current times, and the most popular anime of this year.
Oh, B? I thought they would make that S tier. I haven't watched Solo Leveling yet. Sakamoto Days. It's funny. It's cute. I like it. Because it's like feel good, it's action, and it's funny.
Here so far is Sakamoto Days, and the first episode was alright, I guess.
What?
Sorry to be anticlimactic, but it's just going in C tier. It's alright.
What?
Alright, we just got done watching all of our anime, so now we're gonna decide what's the best anime.
They're so cringe, dude. Wait, what was the first? No, the first episode is good. It's when it sets up the entire thing. Like literally the first 1 minute, I was already hooked. Like when they explain, he's like this handsome like hitman. The show explains to you that he's like the best hitman there ever was. And then he walks into this corner store. He saws like he sees his future wife, and his expression is like priceless. It's so funny.
First episode of the century. We're going first. It's gotta be
Attack on Titan, released in 2013.
Okay, me and Jeremy came to the decision that Tokyo Ghoul, released in 2015, has the best first episode of an anime ever.
Alright, Aiden Caden, which was
Death Note in 2006.
Okay, now we're gonna all debate what's the best first episode and come to an agreement of what it is.
After much debate,
yes, and I love that Sakamoto turns fat after. Like, it's like he retires from his hitman life and then he becomes fat because he's like settling down. I think it's so cute. Like, no one's ever thought about making... Okay, somebody has thought about it, but there hasn't been a lot of popular shows where the main character is fat. And he's so cute for it.
we have come to the agreement.
Yeah, he becomes a dad. He's got a dad bod.
Episode of the century is Tokyo Ghoul.
Yes, he loves his wife cooking. Yeah, exactly.
Alright, thank you guys for watching. Bye, subscribe.
I'm gonna open a window. It's pretty hot. Okay, now let's watch the Hero High video on this. Where is it?
So there's a tweet with almost 900 likes saying, Joey, please, no. With people angry with Joey the Anime Man. Getting a response from Rock Solid that says, what did he say wrong? He quite literally hit the head of the nail with this one. So let's roll the clip and see what's got these other people so angry.
You know, much like Christopher Columbus, who went to the Americas, mistook it for India, and called the natives now a term that I'm not allowed to say anymore, and you know, claimed the land for themselves because you know, he was like, well, I discovered it, and all of you guys, this is my place now. And I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what these anime tourists are doing. You know, much like.
That's the clip. Wow, that's so offensive. Joey, please, no. I can't believe what you've done. No, I'm kidding. I don't know how people can get mad at that.
True!
Well,
me neither, Hero High.
Here's the explanation of the angry people. We can see these tweets getting 400 likes and 200 likes, respectively, give or take.
Dude, people just, people, I'm lagging right now. I can't formulate a sentence because I'm too upset, but like, these 400 likes on this dog shit. These people are just pressing like on these tweets like trained fucking monkeys. They're not even thinking. They're just like, oink, oink, oink. What the fuck?
And the takes read, we're really just comparing normies getting into anime to the genocide of millions upon millions of people now, aren't we? Also, a lot of people who call new anime fans tourists also think Christopher Columbus was a good guy, so have fun squaring that circle. And I guess they weren't done there, because then they added, I guess this warrants repeating since a lot of people don't really know why gatekeeping doesn't really work on Twitter. And another take they had that reads, in order to be a part of a community, you need to be an active participant. But with an algorithm, you're instead just a passive observer. And by nullifying that requirement for active participation, gatekeeping effectively becomes impossible. The algorithm has no gate. Okay, so this person is conflating normies getting into anime with anime tourists, and there are some huge differences. So we'll talk about this really quick, spend like 30 seconds on this. A normie getting into anime can be totally fine as long as they are genuine about it and they are not trying to change the medium or the pre-existing fan base. Little caveat being that regardless...
More like as long as they're not trying to pick fights with literally everybody in the community and like judging other people for liking different animes than them. I wish like people were more unified about the bigger picture instead of like infighting about small stuff.
Fandoms do tend to get worse once they reach a certain size, so that's always something to keep note of. But as for the anime tourist though, well, that's basically like a Twitter cop, which is a term that I made up. The Twitter police, the Twitter cop, it's like the anime version of the Twitter police. But I'll define this all much more right now. So first of all, anime tourists tend to only get into anime because they view it as a trendy thing to do nowadays. A lot of them don't actually have a genuine interest or like for the medium. So by default, that makes them fake people. We had a huge influx of these sort of individuals during the lockdown period around like 2020 and 2021. Then on top of that, the main thing is how they constantly cry about how offensive anime and manga is and how problematic Japan is. And they always try to come off like victims and demand that the medium change. It's very pathetic behavior.
If they're saying how Japan is problematic, I'm actually gonna mold. Although there's like the other people that are like, you can't criticize Japan. It is a utopia, I tell you. It's like, okay, well, there's good and bad in every countries.
And I'll repeat one thing here just to be sure that we're on the same page. If you're a new anime fan and you're genuine about it, you're not just trend hopping, and you're not trying to be offended by everything, well, you're not what we're talking about here then, so don't worry. I got more to say about all this tourist stuff as well, but first, there's also a response that says clip the full context next time, so let's take a look at this next clip. It's 1 minute and 12 seconds long. Here we go.
But I remember seeing a comment on like a TikTok or a YouTube video or something where somebody called these anime tourists, or at least this new rise or era of anime tourists as the Columbus era of anime. You know, much like Christopher Columbus, who went to the Americas, mistook it for India, and called the natives now a term that I'm not allowed to say anymore, and you know, claimed the land for themselves because you know, he was like, well, I discovered it, and all of you guys, this is my place now. And I was like, holy shit, this is exactly what these anime tourists are doing. They're like coming to these unfamiliar lands, planting their flag in the soil,
why are we rewatching the
and
same
going,
clip?
we own this land now. Out of the way, previous people. Your opinions are irrelevant now because you are old and your time is up and you don't know what good anime is anymore. But at the same time they claim all of this, they don't respect the history of the medium, they don't respect how the evolution has happened, they don't respect the cultural significance behind the evolution of the medium. They just look at it as something like cool and pop and fun.
Bro, these people don't even respect themselves. Have you seen the sort of people we're talking about?
True, you're spitting right now.
Respect is not something that they are very familiar with, but they certainly demand that you respect them, which is quite hilarious, really. Now, look, it's good that Joey is talking about this stuff.
I think a lot of this behavior is like, oh fuck. I think I was watching a Dave Chappelle like short the other day, and he said the same thing. So I'm just gonna steal his sentence because I think it made sense. It's like, I get where you're coming from and your taste and stuff and your opinion, and like you can get to have them, but I'm wondering to what degree do I have to participate in your like headcanon of what the world should be. That's it.
But I do find something rather comedic, and that is specifically that on Trash Taste, of which Joey is a host on, if you don't know. I think probably everyone watching this video is familiar with this, I'm hoping and assuming. But on Trash Taste, Connor has been on air multiple times saying the exact sort of rhetoric that Twitter cop anime tourist people have also said. So that's a little bit funny. But to be fair, that's Connor, and this is Joey. So of course, two different people, albeit on the same show. But I digress, that's a little bit amusing. The second thing I find amusing is that Joey's just now talking about this in the grand old year of 2025, when the rise of anime tourists really began to proliferate in 2020 and 2021. And that was like the height of it around 2021, in my opinion. It's not as bad now as it was then, in my opinion. It's still pretty dang bad, though. But, like, it's not as terrible as it was. You know, for example, we used to see every other day a tweet with, like, 50,000.
I feel like that's funny because during COVID, there's so many people that allegedly got into anime, but during COVID, like, that's kind of when I stopped watching anime. I was just like online gaming 24/7. I did not do anything else. I was pathetic. Not that online gaming makes you pathetic. I just know that I was like depressed at the time. That's why I'm saying that. And I feel like Joey was saying that he got burnt out with anime tourists and stuff. I was on the League of Legends mines. It was so pathetic, to be fair. I didn't want to admit it, but you called me out, Rue. I feel like I think Joey gets more, like, when you're a content creator, you get more burnt out by people like anime tourists, because you are confronted to them like a lot more. Like you see them QRT you, there's comments on your YouTube video, things like that. And when you feel like everything you do, every single thing you say or do creates like some kind of controversy or people that are unhappy, you kind of just check out. You either check out, you stop seeing them as people, or two, you're like, well, everything I say is gonna be an issue, so I'm just gonna say whatever the fuck I want.
Lucky, I was an essential worker.
You were? Oh, so you didn't have any days off. What did you do, Luigi, if you don't mind sharing? Yeah, Giguk made his own anime. It's kind of impressive. I don't know if it's going to be any good, but it's fucking cool that he made his own anime. I'd love to do my own anime one day. That must have been a big project to put together. And I'm not interested in Trash SD. He's been silent on a lot of issues going on with anime. That doesn't matter. And being silent on an issue is not like a... It's like those woke people that are like, your silence speaks volume. Your silence is violence. Like, nah, dude, I'm not into that thing. I don't care. I think opinions speak louder than silence. People assume opinions with your silence, but they don't know. It's assumptions, and assumptions are always bad.
200,000 likes complaining about My Hero Academia and saying that Horikoshi should have his life ended because, oh my gosh, he depicted Momo like this or whatever. If you guys are not familiar with this stuff, it was so pathetic. There was also like tweets that were showing Momo being like skinnier in the anime than in the manga. And
wait, you were an essential worker during COVID in retail? I didn't even know that you could be that in retail. Oh, you're in food produce.
These weirdos were like, oh my gosh, this is so fat phobic. How could they do this? Getting offended at everything.
Yeah, silence means you don't want the headache of arguing, or I don't know, sometimes there's just some topics that stress you out. Like me, like the topics that like are really blackpilling. I don't know what to do. I don't like talking about them because I know that it's gonna like keep me up at night. Like for example, the whole censorship thing. I skip every post on Twitter about it because it stresses me out too much. I'm like, this can't be happening. Like, I refuse to like acknowledge it, even though I know it's happening. But like, I don't want to think about it because it's too stressful, and it's directly related to what I'm doing.
My gosh, Endeavor's having a redemption arc. Oh my gosh, send all the death threats to Horikoshi, in which many of them did. That was another huge situation. Let's not forget what happened with All For One's doctor's original name, though, Shiga Maruta, when they also got mad at that, saying, oh my gosh, this is a reference to Imperial Japan and Unit 731. This is so offensive. He needs to change this. And it's like, yeah, he named the villain.
Yeah, I started playing Final Fantasy 14 too during COVID as well. Well, I started playing it again. Exactly. I feel like there's so many issues that I feel like it's out of our hand and we can't do anything about it. Like the censorship thing, I feel like there's so many people that are complaining about it, and yet it doesn't seem like they're gonna do anything about it. So I feel powerless. Like when you feel powerless, it's not a nice feeling. And I feel the same about politics. I feel like politics has been super blackpilling lately. It's depressing. It feels like it's a cycle that never changes. So that's another thing I don't ever want to talk about.
And doctor, after horrific things that doctors had done in history, like that is the point. And they got so offended that Horikoshi, if I recall, actually even changed the name of that character. One caveat on that controversy, though, it was also people in South Korea and China getting offended at that name, but they were still missing the point of like why he named the doctor that, which was a pretty fitting name, really, for the point that he was making. But of course, there were also Westerners getting offended at it too, saying he needs to change it X, Y, and Z. And let me just emphasize, though, that the anime tourists and the Twitter police, they are 99% of the time Westerners, not people from South Korea or China.
Dude, the Twitter police is such an accurate term to describe these people.
The Shigemura thing was an outlier in that sense. And then, of course, there was all the Uzaki-chan stuff, all these people getting offended at Uzaki-chan and being like, oh, I need to fix her. Oh, I made her fatter and more Western-looking. It's so much better. Like, oh my gosh, dude. It was the most pathetic stuff. I'm not trying to, like, rehash everything. These are just a few examples of, like, how bad it used to be in like 2020 through 2021-ish, give or take, you know, maybe into 2022 a little bit. And of course, like
people have way too much free time. Obviously, all these people are from first world countries. Like, it's all like first world problems. Yeah, the news are so depressing and even if you talk about it, like nothing changed because we're not the people like at the helm anyway. So I'm just like, what's the point of talking about it? It's not. And the worst part is that like you hear about all these things about, no, that's not a very good thing to say. Never mind. I just feel like if you want to do a positive change and a good change, you gotta start with the stuff that you can change. So usually it starts with your close circle, your immediate circle, and try to do just positive things where you can.
Acknowledge these anime tourists, they still exist. It's still bad. My point is that it's just probably not as bad as it used to be. So again, it's kind of funny that Joey's now talking about this all these years later. But like I said, I mean, I'm glad the guy is. No shade, no problem with that. It's just sending me down memory lane a little bit right now. The last point I'll make really quick, I should have mentioned this sooner, my bad, but the last thing on that note about the prior years is that it was also worse before because that was the height of lockdown. And there was an influx of these anime tourists at that point in time, as well as just, as well as that Twitter itself was just infested with people like that, getting offended at everything. And these people are still out there, of course, but was a bit worse back then. Anyways, you get the point. So we've got this response, who seems to be agreeing with the offended individual, person mad at Joey. And he says, let's be for real. The problem isn't so-called tourist. No, the problem's tourists. But rather people trying to bully new people into an outdated culture. An outdated culture, this person says, about the hardworking mangakas and the hardworking animators and all the talented individuals in Japan making this wonderful medium that we love. Anime, manga, of course. He goes on.
Okay, this person is woke. I can already tell. If they say that it's like outdated, it needs to change and all of that, when there's plenty of people that just enjoy it, then they're finding some problematic stuff in there.
I understand that the culture was made by folks that were more in the dark in overall pop culture / society. Thus why they're hostile. Are you... What? Dude, my IQ went down in real time reading that. What kind of weird take is this? You're saying they're in the dark. Bro, their culture is literally different than whatever you're talking about. You're someone, I get it, bro. You're someone who wants to be offended at everything and call everything problematic, and you want to change things that you're not even a part of. Meanwhile, those people that you're mad at are making art and they're passionate about it, and they're making wonderful anime. They're making wonderful manga. They've been highly successful. But here's Lion, or whatever his name is, Lion, whatever, over on Twitter, trying to lecture all of us about how this stuff should actually be. Bro, your ego is immense, and it has no right to be. Your take is terrible. And so we get a response that says, you aren't a fan, you are a hostile outsider that wants to change medium that isn't yours and that you don't really understand. Speaking of memory lane a few minutes ago, we've got B-Rabbit over here.
Yeah,
who's
it's like, I don't like this and they should cater to me.
So offended at Joey's take. He's offended at people being called anime tourists. If you don't know B-Rabbit, or maybe your memory needs a little bit of jogging, this was someone who was occasionally around in the background of the whole Kick Vic, I Stand With Vic situation, because this was like Monica Real's top moderator who constantly shills for Monica Real and all the corrupt English VAs. Like, if there was ever a SAG after a bootlicker achievement, this man would be speedrunning to try and get that achievement. That's the sort of person we're talking about here, who's also offended at the word tourist or anime tourist. Here's a comment talking about what I mentioned earlier, that being how lockdown was such a large contributor to the influx of these anime tourist weirdos. And this person says, I swear, man, these COVID weebs will, these COVID weebs will spout the most Reddit/Discord thing you can imagine and then go straight nuclear when they get called out for it. This account screams tourist. Then we got another response to the OP with Saba caption, tourist gatekept, saying 1, it's an exaggerated analogy based in truth, talking about what Joey said in that clip.
Okay.
2, he's right. 3, anime tourists are not welcome and get the heck out of our hobby. 4, gatekeeping your hobbies is always based
weebs is fucking
correct.
funny.
They seem to disagree. The OP saying, unless you actually have some sway and influence in the industry, you have basically no ability to gatekeep anyone. A lol. Response is, backlash from a community is more than enough to gatekeep. They say, not really. People can still continue to watch and talk about anime, lol, even if people are mad at them online. And then this response says, we're not talking about people who simply watch and talk about anime. It's when they demand changes in the medium or purport to understand more about the medium than those who are already long part of it. And so long as they keep doing
that's
it,
such a good
will
meme.
keep gatekeeping.
Wait, that is such a good... That's actually the right way to go about this. Like, some people want to gatekeep every newcomer, and that's not the right way to go about it. But I think if you're like interested in joining the hobby, you should always leave the door open. But if you're interested in changing the hobby, and maybe you're gonna stay at the door then.
Gatekeeping explained, join the hobby, change the hobby. Different.
Yeah.
The OP responded once
great.
again saying, gatekeep them from doing what? You're not preventing them from doing anything.
I think this is my take on gatekeeping. This meme.
You're not the one deciding what anime gets made. In order to gatekeep, you need to own the gate, and we as Western fans don't. Over the other person, Ruki says, cool, we're not talking about making anime. As actual fans of the medium, we can ostracize posers from the community. I like the use of poser there. That's very fitting. From the community to let them know
Marvel
they are
change
not welcome.
because of
That's what it means to gatekeep. We'll take a look at a few more responses here. Literally nothing he said was wrong. Anime community pre-2020 hard clears current anime community. It's not even close. Tourists are a plague. Plain and simple. Get them out. Well, let me know what you think about this.
I wonder if it's just like the online discourse that changed drastically since 2020. Because I remember around 2020, that's when, you know, there was a lot of stressful discussions online. And everybody was kind of on their toes because it felt like everybody was being cancelled. Like at first, like legit people who had done like horrible crimes were getting cancelled. And then towards the end of it, it was like the guy who like touched your arm, this person's friend who touched your arm for like 5 seconds is getting cancelled. It's like, okay guys, I think we got them all. Like, I think we got all the rapists out for these allegations now. They try to push out X-Men? What do you mean? Is it because of them that I don't have X-Men movies anymore? Yeah, it was a whole paranoid witch hunt, yes. And then it was like, there was the BML thing. I don't want to get too much into that because I feel like people are going to be angry or at whatever thing, but it was like, I remember that it was like the BML thing, and even that some people that wanted to support them, then they were getting called out because they took a photo at some protest and they posted it on social media, so they were being called out for being a poser and like taking advantage of the movements. I was like, okay, I'm checking out of all of these discussions. That was way too stressful. What? They do not like the word man in X-Men? You're kidding. Is that actually why? BML. Did I say BLM? Dude, I destroy all the acronyms. Literally, I did it with SORT SOA. Wait. SAO, sorry. And I did it with BLM. What do they want? What? They don't want X-Men, they want X-they-them? Like, that's so silly. Yeah, but man, like, grammatically, man encompasses man and woman. It's like both. Like, grammatically speaking, it encompasses both. Like, if there's a classroom with 50 girls and one dude, we would still say man. Sword Online art, yeah. Imagine if they rebrand X-Men to X-Persons, I'm so fucking done. That's crazy. That's really funny. I can't believe they had a problem with X-Men. That was my favorite superhero movies, by the way. And I used to watch the X-Men cartoons too. I'm actually so sad that they've stopped the X-Men franchise. I was down. X-Men only focuses on prom parties, and they have Wolverine, Cyclops, and Jean are literally in a three-way relationship. Wait, like, what do you mean? They're in a love triangle, not a three-way relationship. Oh, about the whole man and woman thing. Okay, I gotta end soon because I got an interview at 7 p.m. on this girl's channel. Make sure to stop by. But on Say Wave's channel. About the whole man and woman thing, I was like thinking the other day, because somebody tweeted something about the whole man and woman discourse, and you know, usually I'm pretty objective about it, and I'm like, no, of course we need men and women, blah blah blah. But and I was like, you know, there's bad people in every gender. But then they tweeted, if men didn't exist, then I wouldn't be scared to walk outside, or like I could be able to walk outside at 2 a.m. And I was like, yo, I actually don't have an argument against that. That is, like, I was thinking about it and I was like, it's true that after a certain hour, I don't go outside anymore. And then I was thinking, okay, no, it goes further than that. And then I was like, but wait, if we lived in like a society that like only had women, would like other people take the place of the perpetrator, like stronger women, or like women that would like, I don't know, like have some kind of hierarchy, and then they'd be the one like bullying people in the streets? Like, what would happen? Legit, what would happen? Okay, strategic person, you said, I can't believe you said no infrastructure. You are so fucking lame for that. Do you think if you lived in a society with only men that there would be no cooking? Like nobody would cook food? Like you went for the super stereotypes. If you lived in a high trust society, you would feel safe also. True. When I was in Japan, I did jog at like 1 a.m. and I felt safe. Exactly. Women's prisons have predators and hierarchy. But yeah, I'm just curious, like, what kind of world it would be in terms of, like, violence. Because there's always somebody that's gonna take the spot of being the person that does the crime, I feel. I'm sure some of the best cooks in the world are... That is not the point I'm making. I'm making the point that he went straight for the stereotypes. Like, oh, women can't do anything without men. Just like men are like, oh, women are only good in the kitchen. That's why I said that. I do think we need to run the experiment. Night jogs do are amazing, yes. Are you saying women aren't violent? Are you open? When did I say that? Chat, did I say that? Is there anything like in what I said that like implied that? Because I don't get it. I don't get how people come to these conclusions from what I'm saying. I feel like I always over-explain myself. It's kimchi! I can't ban kimchi. I'm a guy, but I'm not afraid of men when I'm walking alone at night. I'm afraid of criminals and junkies. Bro, the junkies are like drooling on themselves like on fentanyl. But I'd be afraid of criminals. I'd be afraid of groups. Like a group of people that seemed like really riled up. Otherwise, if it's one single person, I'm like, I can take you on. I don't know. Oh, I'm asking because I didn't hear? No, I'm not saying that. I think there's violent people, but I think most crimes are crimes of opportunity. And it's kind of like what Parrot was saying. Stronger physical force and stronger physical... Like, if you are 5'4", you're not going to try to tackle a guy that's like 6'2". And... if you are, like, even when Parrot is describing, like, him living in Colombia, he says that, like, other men don't try to fuck with him because he's a tall guy. Simply, by nature, it's easier for stronger people to, you know, get a physical advantage on physically weaker people. And unfortunately... I mean, unfortunately, it's fine. Like, people have their perks, you know, men and women. Their bodies are built for different things. Men are usually stronger physically than women. So it's not necessarily a thing about gender. It's more about opportunity. Being 6'2" feels great. Is it, like, breezy up there? Like, a woman world would be like ancient Rome murders, like a poison. That's all I can think about. Some poison and shit. That's what I think too, Jason. I think like there's somebody that's always going to take the spot, fill that spot that's missing, because it's kind of like human nature to be a little bit twisted. Men won't try to tackle a 6'2" guy if they're short. Women tend to try their... True, true. Yeah, you know what they do? A woman would like slap the guy and then assume, because she would assume that the guy wouldn't dare striking back, because that would be seen as something like really, really bad. But technically they both did something bad if they both hit each other. How often do you think about the Roman Empire? Quite often. A woman world would be like Victorian London. Wait, so what do you mean by that? Like the Freddy... Wasn't there a mass murderer during that time? Like Freddy? Yeah, I think so too. Oh, the power vacuum. That's a great... Power vacuum is a great wording. Women wouldn't have to do the heavy lift in machines and robots. True, true. Yeah, Jack the Ripper. Did I call him Freddy? LOL. Freddy the Ripper. I'm so fucking bad with names. All of the societal norms that kept women in a passive position would shift. You would end up with an entirely different social structure and power dynamic. I'm legit wondering what would happen. I'm not saying it would be better. It could be worse too. I'm just curious. But yeah, Rima assumes the top dog of the social... Dude, that's so funny. I love the top dog term too. Bye-bye, placeholder shrimp. Thanks for hanging out. But yeah, anyway, I just wanted to talk about this to like cook a little because I thought it was like a funny thing. But I feel like whenever I mentioned anything that has to do with gender, like men and women stuff, there's people that just freak out about it. And their opinions are so annoying. Like the person that was like, there would be no infrastructures. Dude, I literally know a woman that... I know women that work like in heavy lifting. Like in construction and stuff. I'm just like, no, they would do it. It's less common for sure, but they do it. But yeah, such is the state of the world, which is why I only talk about VTubers now. No, because these kind of discussions are so polarized. It's like we've got no critical thinking anymore. And people are so pessimistic about things. Do I have to subscribe to you on Kick for it to count? No, 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 no. You don't have to. The channel I'll be on... Yeah, one sec. It's going to be on Twitch. Not a whole lot of reason to be positive, and you can't find a job, everything is super expensive, people are getting shot all the time. I mean, true. There's some reasons to be positive, though. You just gotta find them. They're different for everybody. Like today, I just stepped outside and I could feel like the sun on my skin, like the tingle. And just that feeling, like I closed my eyes and I took a moment to just like, chick chick, like I tried to memorize that feeling. And I feel like a lot of the time, there's like small things that would make us happy, but we don't take the time to acknowledge them.
We are just glad that you are talking with us, Rima.
Oh, thank you, Jason. I don't know what the chick chick sound was, but it's just like, I know that if I'm sad later on, I'll just think back about that feeling and feel a little bit better. Yeah, a mental snapshot, exactly. And I mean, the people being shot all the time, yeah, I mean, that's your country. Sorry, you live there. But on the bright side, there's for sure not going to be a civil war because your people are too obese. I'm joking. Not everybody's obese there. No, but legit, there could still be a civil war, by the way, because like it's all drones, so that's not even true. And it's kind of a scary thing to think about. Yeah. We don't want to imagine the drone wars. The drone war is too funny. Is not funny, sorry. It's too scary. They have scooters, they can do a drive-by. It's so tense, yeah. Begun, the drone wars have. Yeah. No, drones are actually terrifying. Oh, I think I saw like a comedian skit talk about like wars and stuff. And he was making a joke about like how people were praising like modern armies and stuff. Like, oh, they're true heroes. And then he was like, but when I watch them do stuff, they don't seem like heroes. They're like, oh, they're like behind these screens. And then they shoot down like these people on drones, and then they're like over, like as if nothing happened, and they fly away. And then he made this joke like, fuck. How like, and then he was like, oh, I admire the Palestinian people more. They're like out there throwing rocks at tanks, and they're like cheering with their GoPros. It was just a funny skit. Being silly. Like they're going out there with like scuffed ass equipment, and they're like, you know, main character syndrome. Like we're facing off Goliath and we're gonna win for sure. The Josh War. Well, drone versus drone is worst because yeah, I feel like there's just no feeling involved, and if there's no risk involved, and you start like treating human lives as like you're playing a video game, like you're so detached from it. There's a drone that they call Baba Yaga, which drops heavy explosive and make lots of sound when it approaches. That is scary. Anyway, I don't know why we ended up talking about depressing stuff. Okay, I just got a message from the other girl, and she wants to meet up in like 30 minutes. So I'm gonna take the time to prepare for that. Okay. Take care, everybody. Thanks for chatting. I kind of wanted to watch some Barrett 4chan videos, but I guess we'll watch them later. Bye-bye. Yeah, Sidewave in 1 hour at 7 p.m. Bye-bye.